I go by the name of Saberspark on YouTube. For the sake of transparency, I will be on camera for this video. Now, some of you may have seen the recent 2-hour video by the YouTuber I Live Kimpossible a lot. Putting aside what it was, which we'll talk about here in a moment, this video included her making some significant and sweeping accusations involving me. Most of the comments I saw on the original upload indicated that many people saw this video for what it was: clout chasing.
Saberspark now, probably. Let's get this thing going. We gotta get a new Wiggler. New Wiggler just dropping. What are we gonna do? I guess URR Wiggler is probably the most accurate one. Saberspark TLDR. Hey, for anybody here who doesn't know what's going on, all right? Guess what? You're not gonna believe this. I don't know either. We're going into this one blind, boys. And girls, actually. We're going blind. So let's take a look. There is no TLDR. We're going to watch this video until we understand why we're supposed to hate this. This is a 2-hour video. We're not watching a 2-hour video. I can assure you. But essentially what happened is this person got accused, right? Well, this is what I get for not covering it the day of. I don't know what tweet this is. I think this is the initial allegations. I'm sure they'll come back at some point. I'm sure we'll find them, all right? Leaked audio of... This is the Kim Possible person. I love Kim Possible. Chat, this is a drama, all right, about a Brony allegation. I think is it a pedo allegation or a rape allegation? It's one of the two. That inevitably he responds to, and people thought, at least from what I was able to understand, that he did a fairly good job in responding to these allegations. Then everybody kind of just said, yeah, but you protected a child groomer. Like the goalpost shifted over, it moved across. So we don't really know if this guy's good or bad, even from a public perspective. And I certainly don't. But these are bronies, so we're either contributing to a statistic or busting a statistic right now. The person who helped the accuser almost jumped off of a bridge. Well, Chud covered, check his streams. You know what's crazy? We're actually going to cover it right now. And then if you want to watch Chud's streams, I absolutely recommend them. Okay, they're probably very good. Probably more in depth than I'll go on this, but Smaggledaggle told me that this story was insane and this video is terrible and I will love it. So without further ado, we're going to be watching potentially debunked, who knows, maybe, allegations against the YouTuber Saberspark right now. Okay. Oh man, this is fucking... The following video is... Hold on, wait. What is the following video is made with journalistic and educational intentions. Anyone voicing in this video is either reading documents, claims, disclaimers, or expressing an opinion based on the evidence presented. The parties discussing these allegations concerning individuals discussed in this video are not stating objective fact or launching accusations on anyone themselves. This video is protected under the Civil Rights Law Art 7, Section 79H.A.G. of American law, as well as the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, including anti-slap laws that state any communication in a public place is open to the public or a public forum in connection with an issue of public interest or based upon any other lawful conduct in furtherance of the exercise of the constitutional rights of the free speech in communication with an issue of public interest. Please support the official release. Dude, no way. That was so fucking good. Dude, there we are, bro. Is this DBA abridged? Yeah, I don't know. It's so fun. I've always wanted to do that with some stupid disclaimer at the beginning of the video. This is literally like the fucking fair use statute. It's like, hey guys, I put the fair use paragraph in my description. You can't ban me.
This video is not suitable for all ages.
Oh, this is awesome, dude. Wait, no, she's gonna read it. Wait, she's gonna... Oh, no, dude. Hold on, wait. We gotta run it back. Sorry.
And should only be viewed by viewers 18 or older due to the nature of the content discussed and the discussion of sexual predators on the internet. Trigger warnings for the following: pedophilia, lolicon and child pornography, suicide, grooming, anti-Semitism and Nazi imagery, sexual harassment and sexual objectification, bestiality and zoophilia.
Bestiality, dude! We're doing an ultimate bestiality review.
Hello viewers, welcome to another segment of Maybe the Internet Was a Big Fucking Mistake.
I can't, dude, I can't. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous already, dude. Alright, well guys, it is time. Yeah, it's coming. Alright, for anybody who's unaware, we will be doing one of the,
Bestiality and zoophilism, pedophilia, discussion of sexual predators on the internet. Trigger warnings for the following: pedophilia, lolicon...
What is the Dude, what is the guilty meme? Do you know what the guilty meme where he just starts saying it's like guilty, 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 guilty. It's just like you read trigger warning for the following: pedophilia, lolicon, child pornography, suicide, grooming, anti-Semitism, Nazi imagery, sexual harassment, sexual Dude, I gotta be honest with you. I'm just so fucking happy it doesn't say Zionism on this list. This is one drama where we don't have to talk about the Israel-Palestine conflict. Yes, we might have to talk about bestiality, okay? We might have to talk about bestiality, but we don't have to talk about Israel. So here we go. Reading it as... Read it as Carl Jobs, did you just say? Did you just say... Dude, I can read it as Carl Jobs. Okay, dude. Hold on. Okay, well, actually, I'll oblige. We're never going to get this fucking segment done. If we're not going to take it seriously at all, we're never going to get this done. I really hope you enjoy. Now, legends, this video has a trigger warning for the following: pedophilia, lolicon, child pornography, suicide, grooming, anti-Semitism, Nazi imagery, sexual harassment, sexual objectification, bestiality, zoophilia, and rape.
How are we supposed to discuss bestiality without including Middle Eastern geopolitics?
This video is not suitable for all ages and should only be viewed by viewers 18 or older due to the nature of the context discussed and the discussion of sexual predators on the internet. The following video is made with journalistic integrity, educational injections.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Educational intentions. Anyone's voice in this video is either reading documented claims, disclaimers, or expressing any opinion based on the evidence presented. Dude, I can't. That's so funny, bro. That's so funny. Not even my best Carl. Actually, my best Carl. The following video is made with journalistic and educational intentions, and anyone's voice in this video is either reading the documented claims, disclaimers, or expressing an opinion based on the evidence presented. Trigger warning for the following: pedophilia, lolicon, child pornography, Jimmy's mom, suicide, grooming, anti-Semitism, Nazi imagery, sexual harassment, sexual objectification, bestiality, zoophilia, and rape.
Suicide, grooming, anti-Semitism and Nazi imagery, sexual harassment and sexual objectification, bestiality and zoophilia, and rape. Please do not harass anyone named in this video.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to another segment of Maybe the Internet Was a Big Fucking Mistake.
Big mistake.
Oh god, dude. Oh no, I'm gonna hate this. You don't have to be a pedophile. You can be a bee. This is good news, Mark.
Big. Huge.
On a more serious note, this video covers sexual gratification.
I just saw Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the
as well as general sexual harassment. And it's a very depressing story. If you're a kid who somehow got past the age restriction, please go away now. Just go.
If you're a fucking child, get out of my chat. I don't want Kappa smacking down my door right now. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you, individually. I don't care if your birthday's in a month. Get out of my chat. Get.
Now, I don't like covering these stories.
I'm stalling? Who said I'm stalling at this point?
We're an animation
What's
channel.
the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
This is good news, Mark. You'll live for 30 years.
We cover very important stuff like Disney and not Disney things sometimes. But I like
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
Skip to the end? All right, we have to try. What do you mean skip to the end, dude? We're 1 minute in. You're telling me the next hour and 50 minutes is worthless?
to think of myself like the John
And wouldn't that... What? Hold on.
Like Disney and not Disney things sometimes. But I like to think of myself like the Jon Stewart of the YouTube animation community.
Is this really?
Oh no. Oh god, no. I'm the Jon Stewart of the internet animation community, she says with the PNG. Oh god, dude. Oh no. Oh dear.
I call things out when I feel like
Guys, I like to think of myself as the Alex Jones of the commentary community.
I can add something to the conversation. And it's important to talk about when YouTubers are misusing their platform. So what's the no fun situation? Because I hate it here.
I don't want to be alive anymore.
Is that... That's Tom. Why is Tom in this video? Oh dear.
I've chosen not
I
to keep this
recommend
person
watching
anonymous
Nicholas
because I believe this is not a
latest
mistake
video.
or a slip of the tongue.
This
is an
video
active...
made me a violent misogynist on Diesel's stream because of how awful it is.
Do you know how many people want me to be a misogynist for their narrative? There are so many people who want me to be a misogynist.
I recommend
Can
watching
I afford to
Nicholas
watch this
DeOrio's
video right
latest
now?
Video.
Are you going to the Billy Mitchell party? I hear it's going to be an... Wait, there's a Billy Mitchell party? I would love to go to the Billy Mitchell party.
attempt of slander.
Is he having a Carl Jobs lawsuit bash?
And misogyny, and that's just not acceptable. Also, this incident wasn't freely admitted to me. I had to have someone else tell me that this was going on.
He's renting out an arcade, Nick, I'm down. Wait, what? I'm considering renting out an arcade and throwing a massive party. Dude.
And you know what else is massive?
If there is pinball, I'm in. I have responded to Billy Mitchell. If there's pinball, I will come. And then I will enter the building, okay?
In a professional setting.
And he couldn't even tell me himself.
Chris was a team member roughly from 2014.
Chris Deli... Wait. Is this Chris D'Elia? Are we talking about Chris... Did we just... What did I miss?
And he couldn't even tell me himself.
Chris was a...
You guys hit the goal already? That was too fast. Slow it down next time. Thank you.
Team member roughly
Nicholas!
from 2014.
I said slow it
Thank you for the
down!
$5,
Jesus
my man.
Christ! Do you guys... Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
In 2015. I know, I'm old. Chris was generally a nice guy in my time knowing him.
None of this is about Saberspark? Well, guess what, motherfucker, alright? I don't know who Saberspark is! I don't know what I'm supposed to pull from this. I'm learning!
Exhibited with
Let me learn!
weird behavior. Like, you just draw...
I'm sorry, are we going too fast for you? Chat, are we going too fast for you? My bad. Okay, here we go.
This for your boss, right? If
Yeah, now
memory-
she's talking like the quartering. Is this what you wanted from me? Is this what you fucking wanted from me?
serves, there's also a nude version.
That's disgusting.
Oh, I love the humor.
The goat.
Thank God
Thank
she...
you for the
Guys,
$5,
dude,
my
this is
man.
why, like, I fucking hate art YouTubers. They're citing SpongeBob. This video cites SpongeBob. Wait, copyright Nickelodeon. She's linking the copyright of Nickelodeon in the video.
He was also my first trip to Everfree Northwest, the one we did the blog about. He's this guy here. The story is as follows. I'm not going to read it myself because
This is peak 2013 YouTube? That's crazy. It was uploaded last month.
it's going to make me sick, so I'm just going to have someone else read it.
At some point over the last few years, Chris told his story, allegedly several times, that in the bathroom of the hotel where the group was staying, he was masturbating to KP's clothes.
At the start, she self-identifies as a Disney adult. Wavy, I hate to tell you. What do you think I'm going to be doing for the first half of my week when we go to VidCon? Okay. I'm going to be a Disney adult all fucking week. Okay, I'm kidding. Okay.
Clothing. Chris states that this is a lie, as he was actually constipated during the trip, and there were no witnesses to his masturbation story in or near the hotel room. We don't know the details about who the story was told to.
Bro, I don't even mean
I
to...
just saw
I don't mean to be a
tweet
fucking...
on Nicholas
I'm a
DeOrio.
simple man,
Keffels
okay?
appreciated the shout out.
Galaxy's Edge exists. I will go to... I will be going to Galaxy... If I am near any Disney-associated location, I will be going to Galaxy's Edge, okay? Sorry. That's just my personal prerogative.
Besides the whistleblower who will remain anonymous.
They got Mario Land out there. I think it's at Universal, but Universal's in LA. You guys went to LA. I didn't do LA because it's a fucking, you have to like do an hour and 30-minute Uber to get there. So you lose fucking 3 hours of your vacation being in a car. But if you guys want to do it,
was likely
I've never done Universal in Cali before.
Will Ryan.
Universal's in Florida? Universal's in Cali. There's a second park. Why are there so many people writing Universal's in Florida? No, you're wrong, sir. Universal is not in Florida. It's in both. There's 2 Universals.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo.
I've been to the Florida one. I've never been to the California one.
YouTube channel.
Well, actually, do you know what's so fucked about Okay, we're jumping off here. You guys know the Jurassic Park? Mr. Universal's only in Florida. Are you familiar with the Jurassic Park ride with the cool T-Rex animatronic that you can go to that everyone's been on? Literally the coolest ride in fucking Universal Studios. Let's ride it in California. This is gonna make you sob. Okay, this is so fucking sad. I hate this. I actually almost don't want to go there because of this. This is the California version of the ride that you've been on. Okay? They replaced all the cool animatronics with like video board slop of Jurassic World.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Remember all the cool animatronics during the river adventures? Now it's big TVs. Yeah, it is. They've got a couple left. Like there's one from the old Jurassic Park ride, but they broke down so many times, they renamed it Jurassic World. And they changed the whole storyline of the ride. Look, it's one of the stupid pods. They ruined the whole fucking ride. And then Mario pops up. Oh, look what that is, dude. It's the fucking genetic T-Rex thing from the movie. Then you get up here, and then Mario starts telling you to stay in your seat. This is the part where you'd be going through the raptors from the original Jurassic Park.
Latest video.
They're gonna do this in Florida. I guarantee
Tom's
it.
streams, and of course I'm reminded of him in the context of a furry. Probably IDK. Saw allegation.
Mamma Mia,
Probably
Chris
IDK.
Pratt, yeah.
Or some other Degan behavior. I know he's smiling from streamer Purgatory.
Yeah.
India Poo Festival.
I think Tom should come back. People be like, oh, Tom, come back. I'd love to see him try to exist in the current landscape today. There's a bus charter for $40. Look, it's fine. The price is fine. I'm not complaining about the price. It's the fact that it's 3 hours. And it's probably longer with a bus. Like, I don't want to waste 3 hours of my trip sitting in a car. Thank you for not having the flash on, sir. So they have the fucking T-Rex thing. You can't even see it in this video. But yeah, they ruined the ride. Tons of rides are like this, where they just newified it. I'm sad.
I just saw Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
DA Games. As Chris and Will are friends.
So I guess when people say that there's only one Universal Studios and the California one doesn't exist, in a way I wish they were right.
As well as friends and or employees of that YouTube channel. Chris also started working for DA Games shortly after leaving the I Love Compossible and Law production team. So the timelines track. Once KP was informed that this incident took place, she confronted him via text.
Okay, so KP is a person who we're watching this video of. Yes, their name is I Love Kim Possible a lot. And all of these people are struggling to engage with this story, specifically because they have to refer to her as KP instead of some ridiculously stupid fucking name.
And an audio confession.
This is like you made your name when you were fucking 12 years old and you've decided this will be your name going forward.
The audio is linked in the description if you would like to listen to the whole thing yourself.
All right. Well, first, I think it's the obvious thing is one.
There is a reason why we're watching this. I promise when we get to the part, the punchline will hit. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, by the way, I just saw Musty sent me a donation. I just wanted to congratulate Musty because he said he had a kid recently. Dude, thank you for popping back in, and good luck with everything that's going on in your life.
Just want to profusely apologize for...
Or adopted a kid, had a kid, adopted a kid, either way. Good luck being a dad, dude.
That terrible fucking thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
And that, God, was an absolute horrible person so many years ago. And you didn't deserve that. So...
Right. So I have a couple of things. So my source says you told this story in front of Will and Sean and a couple other people. Is that correct?
I'm confused at what the story is. Like, what is happening here?
Okay.
This is a recorded call from August of 2023. And this person is using a fucking... It's a My Little Pony avatar talking to, You know who he looks like? Chat, do you remember the internet janitor? He looks like the internet janitor. He's got like some Smeef era profile picture, if you guys know who that is too. I think Smeef got into trouble, right? Didn't he?
I do, because I don't think it's fair for you to have to reiterate that horrible thing.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so the old tale goes is that...
The story is they're accusing some guy named Black Griffin of grooming his wife into marrying him. How old was the girl? Is this like a kid behind a camera allegation, or was the person an adult? I have to ask whenever grooming comes up, because sometimes you're grooming 30-year-old women or something in these dramas, and then it's just like, oh, okay, so I'm not going to take any of this seriously. She was 17, 18. Well, I'm sure this video will explain this to me at some point.
Wasn't told this.
By the way, this is supposedly the avatar for this man. Like, this looks like Core Master, if you know who the Core Master guy is, who was streaming the other day. But if you open it up, he looks like a mixture of like, Sargon of Akkad and Chud Logic. You kind of see it? It's like if you took Sargon of Akkad and smashed him together with Chud Logic. I feel like this would come out. He probably made the profile pic when he had a bit more hair.
Story. But it's unclear how truthful Chris is being when he says that. Chris also tries to steer the conversation to not include too much explicitly, stating that, quote, there is a baby in the other room, unquote. But that also might have been a ploy to lessen the harshness of the anger present. Regardless, since Chris says he was lying about the whole...
Wait, so is this Black Griffin person the child groomer that... Is that this what they're talking about? Saberspark is guilty of... Oh! Okay. I'm starting to figure it out. Chat, you're seeing my noggin jogging in real time. Neurons are firing off. We're starting to make connections.
Incident, it's difficult to take his word on anything due to this lie and the actions he took regarding it.
So once I was informed of this information and got Chris admitting to it, I sent that proof to Saberspark through mutual friends. And
Alright, so Saberspark allegedly had the evidence that this person, Black Griffin, is a alleged child groomer. Okay, that's what I'm getting out of this so far.
DA Games. After reaching out twice and waiting months for any private messages, I eventually received someone at DA Games.
I hope Nick doesn't act like KP was cooking. There's one thing I know about this video, and that it is bad. I am giving myself a round of applause for being able to follow the narrative.
In their totally real HR department that totally exists. Even though I could...
Wait, what?
Reaching out twice and waiting months for
Nicholas,
any private messages,
the goat.
I eventually
Thank you for
received
the
someone at
$5,
DA
my
Games
man.
in their totally real HR...
Wait, DA Games. Is that like just this guy's fucking YouTube channel? Bro, I should do that. How funny would that be if I have like a corporation HR department and it's just like Smaggle is like the official head. Like I salary Smaggle as the HR department and he needs to like every time I get into controversy, I have my fucking HR department respond publicly. Thank you for hitting the goal, by the way. That would be funny, but I would have to pay Smaggle for that to be official. And I wouldn't say it's Smaggle. I would just let people come to their own conclusion as to who it might be.
Department that totally exists, even though I couldn't find any proof
Nick,
of it.
you're not following the story at all. To be clear, I don't think the story necessarily matters here. Most of this stuff is retarded, so we can kind of navigate it as we please.
Online that's totally not run by Will's roommate, who's financially dependent on him.
Nicholas,
I can't believe Will Neff is the...
Thank you for the $5.
I'm gonna just start every time I hear a random name with no last name or reference to who they are. I'm just gonna assume there's some large YouTuber that's involved in this story.
And for the record, I assumed Chris knew he was being recorded because it was a call about safety. It
I
only
recommend
gets
watching
worse from
Nicholas
here.
DeOrio's latest video.
I'm gonna need every last drop of this.
Okay, but why do we need to quote JonTron for this? Like, people get mad at me for making references to years-old drama. This whole video is literally... You know what it is? This is like a Brony... Oh my god, this is a Brony critical drinker video. You ever watch a critical
What's the name
drinker
of the-
video?
The guy, Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
Critical
Mr.
Drinker plays
Oreo.
the same 10 clips back to back every single time he makes a video. He's got like his list of clips that he puts on, and then he's like, wow, this one's really got the message. And then it plays the clip of the guy going like, oh no, or whatever. Like, this is that. It's like, this is a Brony version of a Critical Drinker video.
Let's bring a political comparison. For those who forgot or are not American, good for you. The 2016 leak of the Hollywood Access tape was a big deal. In a bus, we have an orange man who shall not be named, and Billy Bush, a member of the Bush family.
What? Dude, how did the Bush family become implicated in this? What's going... Dude, the Bush family, no!
He's a cousin of President George W. Bush, or as my
Okay, guys, I gotta be honest here. I wasn't feeling the conspiracy
a member of
angle.
the Bush family. He's a cousin of President George W. Bush.
Listen, I'm starting to think it was an inside job. I don't know what could possibly be putting me in this direction, but I feel like this situation was an inside job.
Or as my Gen Z audience would know, the shoe guy.
Who throws a shoe?
No, as your Gen Z audience would know him, it's still the former president of the United States. I know that people think that Gen Z people don't know anything about what happened prior to them being born, but that's literally something that they are taught in their fucking second grade history class, is like who the last 5 presidents were. There's no way that doesn't make sense.
Honestly.
The Gen Z people know George Bush. Maybe not the first one, but definitely the second one.
And was talking about women in an inappropriate way. Google it if you want to. This whole script is giving me a fucking headache.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet.
Now, even though...
Wait, I'm just realizing right now. They blurred Donald Trump. When she says the unnamed orange man, it's not like a member of the drama. They've censored Donald Trump in the video.
Guy.
Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
Orange Man was talking about women in inappropriate...
I thought this was about fucking YouTube drama. That's why I was concerned why George Bush got involved. But it turns out she doesn't want to use Donald Trump's name.
Attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet.
Now, even though this was in 2005
Nicholas,
and leaked in
the
2016,
goat.
and even though Billy Bush was now working for the Today Show and not Hollywood Access, where the tape was obtained, Bush was...
Tell me who was raped. Am I gonna get in trouble for that? Just someone tell me who got raped, please. I don't know what's going on. Please, somebody just tell me what's going on. We're 7 minutes in. We're blurring Donald Trump's face. Please tell me who's been assaulted. I need to know.
Still fired on moral grounds, not...
This is insane. This is fucking crazy. Dude, every YouTuber needs to be a hero. And to do it, they need to make the most drivel, fucking unhinged video possible to explain themselves.
Contract obligation.
Read OP's comment. Who is OP?
I recommend watching.
Stop
Nicholas
leaving hate
DeOrio's
comments. I
latest
can't stop
video.
watching them. Oh, I guess this is like the time. This is what you're talking about? Or is OP here?
It seems like keeping him on staff would be a bad look for the Today Show, despite this happening over 10 years ago. Imagine that. So I find this before his contract excuse to be weak at best. The ironic...
Dude, the part with the Bo Black segment is going to kill me in this video. Could you imagine she just starts going off about Bo Blacks? That would make this so much better.
The thing is, Bush was mostly going along with what was said. Chris actually did more than Bush did.
Falgi, you need to Sherpa Nick. Falgi. Who is Falgi?
What's the name of the guy?
And suffered less
Keemstar
consequences.
Orbiter? Nick
As well,
Oreo.
if Chris told the
Mr.
story multiple
Oreo.
times, I would assume...
I gotta be honest, I think the value of me watching this so late is me not understanding what the fuck is happening and accidentally walking into some pretty unhinged positions by accident, so the whole chat tells me to steer clear. I think if I'm knowledgeable on what's going on here, this might actually get boring. I think me trying to scurry to me trying to cram this all into a 2-hour segment for my YouTube channel might actually be the play.
Times was after his contract was signed. But
I'm so lost. Don't worry, Marcy. I am equally as lost as you are. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Don't worry, Chris can still run for president. Just listen to how Bush described...
Apparently Chris Farley can still run for president. We're going to get to the allegations. I'm going to Bo Blacks out in a minute.
...it affecting his family.
What was it like for you to go back home after the tape had been released?
Nicholas,
to face your daughters,
the goat. Thank
your
you
wife.
for the $5, my man.
Why is the Bush family involved? Do you remember in the Susie Liu drama when Lindsay Lohan got involved? it's the same thing.
What was that moment like for you?
Well, the initial moments were...
The Susie Liu... I actually leaked this before. The Susie Liu drama brought so many random Hollywood celebrities to this community. Do you remember the time that a tipster got into a huge fight with Seth Rogen in DMs? Because Seth Rogen is like, are you Jewish? You can't speak for Jews. Which, by the way, is super ironic considering previous dramas. But tipster got into a fight with Seth Rogen. Lindsay Lohan joined John Swan's side in the...
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick DeOrio.
Wait,
Mr. Oreo.
Lindsay Lohan unfollowed us on Twitter because tipster asked Seth Rogen to get her to refollow him. So she unfollowed all of us on Twitter in protest. Tipster literally made me lose the Lindsay Lohan follow. That was fucking infuriating. And I think the only other time that we had like a weird Hollywood celebrity interaction is when Justin Roiland reached out to show support to John Swan over the same video.
Total chaos. The paparazzi were never interested in me before, and now they're outside the gate and ready to go. But once we settled and got to connect, there was a powerful moment. My now 16...
Why did Lindsay Lohan follow you in the first place? Because she was supporting us with the Susie Liu drama, but she followed like everybody who was talking about it. So she followed me, she followed John, she followed Tipster, and then she followed Augie, and she wanted to premiere a song for herself on Augie's stream to 800 people. She was trying to like get her record label to sign off on it to premiere a new song on Augie's stream.
My man.
And then the only other, and then she followed Ethan Ralph. I swear to God, you could probably find archives of this happening because it was extremely crazy. When Lindsay Lohan followed Ethan Ralph, that was a wild day.
Your old daughter called me, and she was in tears, and she was really upset. And I said, "Mary, it's gonna."
Is this real? Yeah, no, it was 100% real.
Be okay, you know, don't worry. And she said, "No."
I feel like I'm watching XQC learn about the JFK assault. Well, I mean, this is really not that far because all the political people are involved.
Why were you laughing at the things that he was saying on that bus? Why were you playing along with that? It wasn't funny. I said, "Mary, I am sorry, and there is no good answer for that."
If you take another extreme example, do you guys remember the Michael Vick controversy?
I remember the Michael Vick controversy, and it might not be the one you're referring to. Do you guys know the Nick DeOrio Michael Vick controversy? Are you familiar? Does anybody know the story? Does anyone know the tragedy of Darth Nicholas DeOrio, this Michael Vick controversy? No, you don't? So, I didn't know about football. Okay, real quick. I didn't know about football. It's a very quick story. I had no idea. I wasn't a huge football person. My mom's family is Giants fans. My dad's extended family are Jets fans. I don't like football. I bought every Madden. I never played it. It was just kind of a game that people had. I watch the Super Bowl every year, and it used to be for the commercials, though I have started to like it more recently and actually enjoy watching a football game. I think if I watched football now, I might be able to get into it. But I never did when I was a kid. It just was not something interesting. I didn't like playing it. I didn't like watching it. So one of my friends at the time convinced me to be an Eagles fan. A Philadelphia Eagles fan in New York is kind of ridiculous, but nevertheless, I was an Eagles fan.
Nicholas, the GOAT.
So I went to Modell's or Sports Authority, whatever fucking store was open in New York at the time, both of which I believe are defunct and now closed down. And I bought the first Eagles jersey I saw. Okay? That jersey was black. It was their alternate jersey, and it was Michael Vick. Now, I was unaware of what Michael Vick had previously done before he was signed by the Philadelphia Eagles. And I was equally unaware that the day I wore it was picture day. So, on my identification card and in all of my pictures, I was wearing the Michael Vick jersey for my 7th grade school picture. I was branded the dog killer for about an entire year after that happened. That was the Michael Vick controversy in my school. I don't know which one you're talking about. But yeah, that was something that did happen and it did occur. I think I still have that picture somewhere in my house as one of the ones that my parents had framed it. So that's awesome. Anyways, yeah, that's why I never wore a sports jersey to picture
What's
day
the name
ever
of the
again.
guy, Keemstar Orbiter? Nick DeOrio. Mr. Oreo.
Do I still have the jersey? Oh, you know what's the thing? I've looked to get another Michael Vick jersey just to wear it on stream as a joke because I've told this story before.
Thank you for the $5,
and I would do that. I would buy a new Eagles Michael Vick jersey for the joke. I think you can get them. I think they're sold by Mitchell and Ness, and they make decent jerseys for football as far as I'm aware. But I do think I have the jersey. I could never fit in it. It was 7th grade.
Those who don't know American football, player Michael Vick was caught.
Welcome to the black community. Thank you, Ruin Leon. Finally, thank you guys for hitting the goal.
Dogfighting ring, you know, where they take poor little puppies and make them fight to the death.
If you don't know who Michael Vick is, this animation that's in this video can explain to you exactly why he's not liked.
Dogfighting ring, you know, where they take poor little puppies and make them fight to the death for gambling purposes.
Why would you do that? And I grew up to be a gambling advocate. Little did I know.
I'm pretty sure there's no clause in his football contract that says...
Dude, all right, Michael Vick just did Pokemon with extra steps, okay? Is it really that bad? I'm kidding.
Don't do that, but he was also fired on moral
People love it when Ash is going for the Battle City Championship, okay? But when Michael Vick does it, oh, he's a murderer.
Imagine consequences for your actions. At the very least, let's assume the absolute best of the situation. Chris was being truthful, Saber...
Anyways, my second jersey was Aaron Hernandez. I'm kidding.
Wasn't there to hear these conversations. This happened before he was hired somehow. I'm glad a whistleblower came forward, but even so, if this is how someone is talking about women, shouldn't you tell their future bosses? Does an employee talk about women in this?
Why is this in a Saberspark video? We're learning an important, valuable lesson about George W. Bush and Donald Trump's rapes, okay? That's what
ethical way make the company look bad. I mean,
they're talking about the company, so this is about DA Games, not necessarily about Saberspark in particular.
This isn't.
You should get a Brett Favre jersey next. Mr. Guy. When Brett Favre came to the Jets, okay? Okay, I've got to be honest about this one. When Brett Favre came to the Jets, I did secure a jersey. I've got to be honest, all right? I also had a Kobe Bryant jersey, but that one's not as funny because he died. But I did have a Kobe Bryant jersey as well. I did not have a good run with jerseys, okay? I did not have a good run with jerseys.
Just a slip of the tongue, this is a purposeful attempt to objectify a woman due to bitterness and self-esteem issues, and should be taken seriously in any
Not
workplace.
as funny? Well, it wasn't funny because he died. It was funny because he got accused of... Never mind.
Been a virtual one like YouTube.
I almost said a Hassan Piker. Hitler wasn't bad because he invaded Austria. He was bad because he was killing Jews.
And the fact that DA Games and others value Chris's safety and privacy more than holding him accountable makes me worry, because this is harassment.
And I don't have to take it.
New developments. I posted part of the email exchange on Twitter again. And
Hold
that
on.
blew up, I guess. DA Games released a statement due to public pressure. If not, then they would have released their statement a year ago when this email exchange took place. Chris is going away on work training. Can I have proof of that, please? Because you've already been pretty untruthful to me. I think you guys are just trying to wait until this all dies down and everyone forgets, and then Chris will just magically appear. Chris's statement also came out, which is really respectful. I'll meet employer.
Okay. Can we get to the... When did we start talking about Saberspark? Because I feel like we're kind of just looping here or nothing.
I hate it here. There were talks of a hiring change, and I assume...
Over half of the video? Oh, yes, just to be clear to everybody, we did skip 1 hour of the video to get to the part where we wanted to talk about.
I hate it here. There were talks of a hiring change, and I assume...
Wait, you need to keep listening after this, though, through the Courtney Pete call? It's gold? Okay.
Chris was terminated from working with Steven due to...
I love that reference. I assume he was terminated. Pulls up a picture of fucking Robert Downey Jr.,
I hate
bro.
it here. There were talks of a hiring change, and I assume Chris was terminated from working with Steven due to that. Cool. One less thing to worry about. Then it got worse. Turns out nothing
Bad bait, Nicholas.
happened. Cool.
Oh, there's a big surprise!
I tried following up, but
Wait, that was Gilbert Godfrey. I'm sorry, I'm completely derailing again. Have you ever heard the aristocrats before? Do you know the aristocrats joke? Oh god. So wait, this is actually we're actually gonna play this right now. I think we're gonna get demonetized. Do you know the aristocrats joke? This is Hassan Piker's friend group. Don't? What do you mean? This is how Hassan Piker's group gets set up.
A man, a talent agent is sitting in his office. A family walks in, man, woman, their 2 kids and their little dog. Their talent agent goes, "What kind of an act do you do?" The father starts fucking his wife. The wife starts jerking off.
Okay, yeah. Dude. That's the tryouts to join the Hassan Piker fucking community.
I've never heard anything. Cut to November of this year, where Steven is mentioned in that email asking for an NDA to look into the Chris issue. This event—
You know what's funny? I thought that joke was the funniest thing ever when I was like 15 years old. And to this day, I still have no idea what it... I don't understand the joke. I've never gone back to figure out what the fuck he's talking about. I just thought, it's so edgy and absurd. This is funny.
Eventually escalated into a public...
Does anyone know what the joke... Like, what is the aristocrats?
When I shared the NDA...
The joke is the look on people's faces? Is that it?
Email on Twitter. One of the people in that thread tagged Steven directly, and then, "Thanks for the support, guys. It's emotionally draining, but I feel like being critical of online spaces, especially when you try to..."
Being critical? You mean being moist critical? Aha! Do you know that reference? Are you aware of the reference?
...solve things privately first is important.
Were you able to contact Saber or anyone that currently works for him about Chris?
I contacted Saber through some friends in common. Never heard about an official firing, though.
I was never contacted by any friend of yours, nor
Who the fuck is voice acting this in the middle of the video?
did you ever make any attempt to reach out to me on your own behalf via Twitter,
Why would you give somebody a heavy accent to fucking narrate something? Why would you do that? Is that a bad thing to say? I wouldn't pick somebody with a
or
heavy
anywhere
accent.
else. You are omitting so much information right now, but I'll provide some here in a sec under your original post.
Dude, we can talk privately. I have screenshots that I contacted both and...
Are you going to record the call without telling me the same way you did to Chris too?
Talk to me privately. I'm not doing this back and forth on Twitter.
So they're obviously having a fight. This is the person narrating her own voice arguing with the Saberspark person.
Then don't
And they're beeping out the video, which is weird. That's a choice.
at me with your half-truths and omitted information in order to gain sympathy and slander my name. I'm 100% to debunk every accusation in your video. I have no idea how you can claim due diligence when you never reached out to me.
Don't fucking talk to me like that. Don't call me a fucking liar when I have the screenshots to back me up. And if you're aware of the call, then the information got back.
I can't believe she picked a person with an accent to make him the soy jack. Like, he is the soy jack. Wait! Oh my god! Wait! Hey, it's me, Future Nick here. You might have already realized that this video is kind of, bad. And, I don't really know what's going on. We kind of learned for a while, but, in case you thought it was gonna get better, it's not. This next section is just me playing with Darth Vader in Fortnite. Eventually we do get back, but I just want to let you know that this is a very long video, and it is broken up with chunks of, asking Darth Vader all kinds of interesting questions. You should probably go try the Chud Logic one at this point. Maybe Beckett might have released a video. Do we like Beckett? Chat, do we like Beckett? Yeah, so feel free to stay or go watch somebody else. I don't know. I feel bad if you've invested enough time into this that you just, well, yeah, anyway, I've run out of music, so I'm gonna get back to the video now. Oh, never mind. Oh, there, okay, that's the outro music. I'm out, bye. Does this mean that I have Darth Vader? Is he on my team? Yes! Okay, hold on. Hello? Hey, Darth Vader, can you hear me? What should I ask him, chat? What would you want me to ask him if you could ask him something? Darth Vader, is the Leviathans coming to attack us?
The singular Leviathan is approaching. Is this some crude metaphor for the Storm Apprentice? Or has your imagination finally surpassed your combat abilities, TD Tight?
I'm just worried about Carl Jobst and the Leviathans because Billy Mitchell has come to roost.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
I'm just worried about Carl Jobst and the Leviathans coming in because Billy Mitchell has defeated him in battle.
Apprentice, and Billy Mitchell has come to roost? Are we now comparing this conflict to some galactic arcade competition? You focus on these trivial beings, while real enemies draw near, TD Titan.
Can I say something to you, Nick?
Your silence is troubling, Apprentice.
Why?
Do you know if iDubbbz has CTE? I mean, that's what I was just wondering.
Carl Jobson, Billy Mitchell, and Leviathan's roosting? Is the dark side now threatened by interdimensional poultry? Focus, Apprentice. Or are these beings now
I
our
recommend
primary
watching
targets?
Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
It's calling me TD Titan because I'm using the Michael Vick skin. It refers to you by the name of your skin, not your username. Do you watch Nicholas DeOrio on YouTube?
Are we to endure yet another recitation of this saga? TD Titan? This Carl Jobson? These Leviathans? Billy Mitchell at roost? Are these distractions now your primary concern? Perhaps you should focus on marksmanship.
Dude, I'm getting roasted. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. I don't know. I'm sorry, Darth Vader. I'm just really hungry and I want some chicken. I'm actually going to be using code Carl Lost on Ricky's famous hot sauce soon. Is that something that you enjoy personally?
These repeated pronouncements of Carl Jobson and these Leviathans.
Oh, God.
Is this some form of Jedi mind trick, TD Titan? Perhaps you should concentrate on strategy, not this obsessive rambling.
Well, that was a letdown. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Alright. I'm going to just get back to the video now. Okay.
After you regardless. If there was some decision made, I never heard about it. I'm ending this conversation. So a couple of things to unpack here besides me not purposely tagging Steve.
You're asking a long-ass question? Alright, what's your shorter question? It'll be the last one that we do. What's a shorter, good question to ask Darth Vader? No, stop. Little bottom-eyes Vader. Tipster, did you have prostate cancer? Where's the fucking thing? Alright, here. Darth, I'm trying to concentrate right now, but I can't stop thinking about Joe Biden's prostate cancer.
Again, TD Titan. These repeated utterances of Carl Jobson and his aquatic
menaces, it's not
menaces,
working.
Are you attempting to summon them through sheer repetition? Or has this become your mantra before inevitable defeat?
Wait, your headset is muted on PS5? It is muted! That's why it wasn't working! Oh my god! You're right. Fuck me, dude. Darth, I'm really trying to concentrate right now, but I can't stop thinking about Joe Biden's prostate cancer. What can he do?
What's the name of the guy?
The
Keemstar
force is
Orbiter?
strong,
Nick
but it
Oreo.
cannot cure every ill. Consult a medical professional.
Darth, do you think that Bo Black should just make his regular content and stop doing OnlyFans? It's really fucking with him.
This Bo Black, TD Titan, if his content relies on such desperate measures, perhaps his talents are as limited as your own. Does this relate to the Leviathans? Or is it merely your continued obsession with irrelevant beings?
I can't, no, it should be, it's too fun. I don't want to win, I want to talk to Darth Vader. Oh, God. Alright, here. Do you think Hassan Piker platforming a terrorist is something that should negatively impact his reputation moving forward? Because I've been watching a lot of Ethan Klein, and that's what I've been pulling from it.
This Hassan Piker, TD Titan, and Ethan Klein. Are these commentators now dictating our battle strategies?
Yes!
Such trivial reputations are of little consequence in the face of the dark side.
Keep it short? Was that not a good answer? Was that not a good answer? Do I not know what I'm doing here? Did Vosh know it was Lolicon and not short stack goblins?
TD Titan, your incessant babble tests my patience. These lollicots and short-stacked goblins are of no consequence. Focus, or you will find your contributions permanently silenced.
Vosh, oh not Vosh, sorry, not Darth Vader I meant. Oh fuck, wait, hold on. No, wait, we're getting shot, we're getting shot. Oh, fuck. Do you think Tipster is a good guy? No! No! Oh, fuck, dude. Okay. Alright, we're done. That was fun. That was a good thing we just did. That was fun. Oh, fuck, dude. Holy shit, that was so... We'll never know what Darth Vader thinks of Tipster. Moving forward.
It was a third party. Regardless, Steven proceeded to call me a liar publicly.
You calling me a liar? I ain't calling you a truther.
Oh, dude, Drake and Josh are in this episode. Crazy, dude.
Proceeded to tease me about doing an unsolicited recording and to slander.
I'll try to get him again while we're watching this.
Slander is spoken. Print is liable.
Some red flags to this response. 1. Steven could have calmly asked who I talked to instead of assuming the worst. 2.
Nothing says I take rape seriously than adding Drake and Josh bits. Oh fuck, let me kill the PS5 volume. That's probably super annoying for you. Nothing says nothing says that I take rape seriously like adding Drake and Josh bits. Dude, I know, I'm like the main guy for that. Oh god.
Anger was directed at me and not an employer, Chris himself. 3. Steven is claiming that I never contacted him directly, implying that he had no information about this, but admits to knowing the confrontation with Chris was recorded.
Sound like some bullshit to me.
By the way, I wasn't going to make fun of Steven so much, but I gave him so many chances to communicate with me, and he just didn't do anything, so clearly he doesn't care what I have to say. It's only an issue when there's potential backlash.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to switch to Mr. Beast because I think that would be a funnier outcome instead of saying TD Titan.
I've come to make an announcement.
That's what Saberspark sounds like?
Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch-ass motherfucker.
What? Excuse me? Wait, what? What?
Potential backlash.
I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife. That's right. He said his dick was this big.
I'm gonna call this the definitive Saberspark allegation video. Like the definitive coverage. How did people keep this from me?
And I said, that's disgusting.
Guys, I need a context wagon on this one. I gotta be honest with you. If you want to start just expressing what's happening on the screen, it would very much help the reaction here. I need a context wagon.
So I'm making a call-out post on my Twitter.com. Shadow the Hedgehog, you got a small fucking dick. It's the size of this walnut, but way fucking small.
Do you know she was editing this and she's like, this is so fucking funny. They're going to love this.
And guess what? Here's what my dong looks like. That's right, baby.
This is still going. This meme is still going. This is what people were saying that iDubbbz needed to include in the content cop. If he did this, then people would have liked it more.
Cool points!
Jar code editing? I mean, to be honest, Jar could have made this video. This is a video that's so bad I can see Jar making it. When is the Jar Boblax conversation coming out?
Oh, quills! Nope!
I'm so lost. No, Kels, you don't understand. You've been found, okay? You are found, everyone else is found, I'm found, we're all lost together, which means we're all in each other's company.
Pillows! Look at that! It looks like 2 balls and a bong! He fucked my wife!
Oh. We cannot escape the Anissa Jomhawk situation.
Guess what? I'm gonna fuck the earth! That's
You're not lost, you're a foundling of the Mandalorian army.
right! That's what you get! My super laser piss! Except I'm not gonna piss on the earth!
Are they trying to say this guy's a rapist? Is that what this video is setting out to prove? What did this guy do? The allegations, unfortunately at the time of recording, have been deleted. I waited so long, they've deleted the messages, and I don't know if an archive exists. I don't even know if I want it. What did he do? What did he get alleged of doing initially, at least? This has nothing to do with the allegations? Yeah, it's about Shadow the Hedgehog having Sonic pee or something. He's Sonic peeing in something.
I'm going higher! I'm gonna piss on the moon! How do you like that?
Yeah, I have a feeling this doesn't have... I actually agree with you. I'm thinking this doesn't have to do with the allegations.
Oh, bomber! You have 23 hours before the piss droplets fall on the earth! Now get out of my fucking sight before I piss on you too!
So what I think happened is that Steven was informed by Pim.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Didn't know it came from me, discussed it, blew it off or decided it was nothing, and forgot about it until he started facing some public backlash, and proceeded
This is a VOD of the SA2 fandub? What the fuck is SA2? Like there's a sequel to Sexual Assault? What the fuck does that mean, chatter? Oh, it's Sonic Adventure. Oh, fuck, dude. I'm actually so retarded. Holy shit, dude. Wow. Oh, wow, dude. Okay, yeah, all right.
Blame me. Because he was so concerned.
It's like COD points, you know? When they censor COD, well, not censor, they abbreviate COD points as CP. And it's like when you purchase Call of Duty stuff, you're buying a certain amount of it.
Direct communication, I ended up sending him this email detailing who I talked to.
Unsubscribe.
Why this is important, and why this isn't a single incident. Good afternoon, Steven.
Dude, this guy, dude, oh my god. I'm actually so fucking done. It's like we're not accusing him of SA, we're accusing him of type 2 sexual assault.
This email requested private communication regarding Chris and the overall sexual harassment situation that he has caused. Our full incident report can be found here if needed. Since she publicly displayed confusion at best about my attempting communication with you prior to this point, below are screenshots of my conversations with aka the friends/employees I passed Chris's information to. The conversation with specifically mentions a possible staffing change based on Chris's actions, and I honestly can't...
Dude, why are we blurring everything out? I was talking to Turkey Tom, and he was trying to say, like, what we needed to censor from the podcast in terms of words, and, because the word was like, oh, do we censor the word pedo? I'm like, dude, I let the word pedo rip 400 times a stream. I'm not getting demonetized. I don't think you actually have to censor the word rape, pedo, any of these words, dude. Unless you're doing it in the first 2 minutes. I think you're probably okay. I don't believe that we need to say unalive on YouTube. I think people have gaslit themselves into thinking that's a required tactic. I don't think it actually makes a difference.
I cannot fathom a situation where there would be that drastic of an employee change or discussion without your knowledge.
Like, I never say grape, I never say unalive. Every video I've uploaded in the last year, basically, with the exception of a few, are monetized, not age restricted. You know?
Screenshots can be found here, here, and here. I do not appreciate you calling me a liar publicly, and I would like some...
No! I could have stole Darth Vader. I'm so mad.
...a public apology. He didn't give me one. Additionally, your public statement states that you knew the confrontation between me and Chris was recorded as a matter of community safety. Combined with your email interactions with EA Games lead me to believe...
You can't use them on TikTok? Yeah, but who cares? Who cares?
That, unless there was some major miscommunication, you are aware of the situation you have chosen in action. You still have the choice to either hold Chris accountable, i.e. firing him with proof, or keep him on staff. Should you choose the former, please communicate...
What I understand here is that this Black Griffin guy and don't fucking say, I know his name is not just Griffin, okay? I don't want to fucking hear it. I get the joke. I know it's coming, okay? Yes, this Black Griffin character, okay? That is his fucking name, all right? Apparently has committed some kind of crime, and then Saberspark has not dropped him. That's what the allegation is, from what I'm seeing here, by this person.
This to me as soon as possible to avoid any miscommunication in any public statement / information present after.
No, it is not Black Peter Griffin. It is not a race-swapped Peter Griffin. His name is Black Griffin.
If you believe this is a one-time incident, this document linked below.
Someone, there never was a Black Griffin. Black Griffin, you don't understand. Kim, Black Griffin doesn't exist. He's never existed. We've been trying to get you help for 6 months and you're not listening to us. There is no Black Griffin. Dude, could you... Nick, he's called Cleveland.
Blow has logged some of Chris's other inappropriate behavior, including but not limited to making bestiality jokes to someone he knew as a minor, and the use of the N-word.
I want to fuck with somebody one day and just start reading off a random chatter's name, like Rogue. It's been 5 years. You've got to let him go. Would that be like psychologically fucked to just read a random chatter's name and say some crazy unhinged shit like that in the middle of the stream? Like if that person's on shrooms, they're gonna trip the fuck out.
Imagery with himself and Will of DA Games. You can find more information on page
Dude, Rogue just wrote what?
4 and 29 of this document. I've been clearance to show unedited screenshots of the bestiality incident.
I'm gonna do that one day when there's like fucking 10,000 people in here for like the content nuke reaction video. I'm gonna pause it, read random names from chat, and just start fucking
requested. I hope that we can clearly communicate about this going forward. I have no desire to get into an internet squabble with you, so let's please work this out like adults. And do you know what happened? No
I don't know what happened. This video is not doing a very good job of explaining it to me.
Response to the email, but suddenly the Twitter exchange got deleted? Where did it go? Nowhere to be found.
Deleting evidence? That's a Denim's tactic.
No apology, no clarification.
Remember the time when Ethan Klein...
Just deleted the evidence that he knew about the situation and covered his tracks and enabled the weird dude.
Oh, we are not getting Darth Vader, bro. Everyone landed here.
God forbid Steven have to find a new editor or even do the public apology that I asked.
We need to hide in the corner and pick him off at the end.
Him to when he falsely threw me under the bus. I believe Steven realized I wasn't lying, and instead of talking to me directly or apologizing to me, he just deleted the thread. So, if Steven wasn't hiding anything or wasn't sus...
Is this Steven Yeun who plays the Invincible character, Mark Grayson? Is that who... or is it Steven Universe they're talking about?
Why didn't he just ask me about the Chris stuff? He just assumed automatically that...
Because he knew you'd make a fucking 2-hour video about fucking George Washington, okay? That's why. That's why nobody asked you, lady.
I was lying and started yelling. Very defensive. Very sus. What exactly was the move here, Steven? Do you think just deleting a thread, putting your fingers in your ears and going la 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 would make this all go away? More
Probably.
Of the story.
Yeah, I actually fucking do think so.
On your staff, even if it's inconvenient to you. Steven, it is clear to me that you do not wish to correspond with any direct communication despite you personally requesting so. To say I'm disappointed with your behavior would be a severe understatement. You called me a liar publicly.
Yes! We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Oh my god, bro. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Holy shit, dude. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I'm gonna get shot immediately. I'm gonna get shot immediately. I'm gonna get shot immediately. Okay, go. Go, go. Go. Oh. We got out. We got out. We got out. We got out. We're gonna get away. We gotta get away. We gotta get away. We gotta get SpongeBob back. We gotta get SpongeBob back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, okay.
Without even asking for the truth or further clarification. To me, it seems like the only reason why you wanted to get involved is that your name was attached, and you're more interested in damage control for your brand than your brand's actual integrity. I feel like we wouldn't...
You got no integrity. There's no integrity here, Randy Marsh.
...even be having this conversation if there was not another YouTuber in your space. I hope that you can be professional about this going forward, even though, frankly, you haven't been through this entire nightmare ordeal. But clearly, that is not possible.
Hey, Rachel. To start things off,
Okay, hold on. Alright. We gotta get this up. This gotta go way up, way up, way up. Alright. Oh, fuck, no! Uh-oh, there's another guy. Who shot that guy? Which one of you shot that man? Alright. Whoa, it's that guy, it's right there. Okay, he's leaving. He's leaving us alone. How much dedicated wham do we need to start a server?
Your question is unclear. Explain what you mean by dedicated
Did that not work?
and what sort of server you intend to create.
Okay. Do you think I... Oh. No, stop. Do you think I treat my employees well? I mean, I'm not really sure.
Mr. Beast, your concern for your employees is noted. Do they perform their duties with acceptable efficiency? That is the only metric of consequence.
What are your thoughts on, like, Jake Weddle? Do you think that Jake Weddle has a point? Or, I mean, there's new allegations about him. What are your thoughts?
Mr. Beast, these allegations you speak of, do they involve treason against the Empire? If not, I find them irrelevant.
Are you part of the Free Nathan Weddle movement?
This Nathan Weddle movement, does it involve dismantling the established order? If not, Mr. Beast, I am disinterested.
I can't hear any of this. I don't know if this is funny. Is any of this funny? Why can't you hear it? I can't hear the audio for some reason. Oh, I know why. I can hear it now. My friend Shelbo99 got cheated on by Pokemon. Is there something that we could do to help him?
Mr. Beast, such melodramatic displays of emotion are a weakness. Tell Shelbo99 to channel this misplaced energy into something productive, like mastering the Force.
Do you think we should have let Flamenco call Xander Hall's mom?
Flamenco wished to contact Xander Hall's mother. Are familial relations now a strategic advantage, Mr. Beast?
My friend Boblax is going to lose his house and needs money. Can the Force help him with that?
Mr. Beast, the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. However, manipulating galactic economies is not one of them.
Okay, hold on, that was bad. Do you support Hamas in their activities?
Remember what it is we are here to do, warrior, and do not stray from the path.
Oh, he doesn't support Hamas. What is your thoughts on the most recent content cop? I think iDubbbz is kind of cringe now, but I'm not really sure.
Mr. Beast, your musings on internet content are of little import. However, your uncertainty intrigues me. Do you seek external validation for your own equally questionable creations?
What the fuck? I didn't create iDubbbz. That's kind of fucked up, dude. Would the Force help me do 30 days in a challenge? Fuck.
Mr. Beast, the Force is not a guarantor of reality show success. Perhaps focus on a challenge less dependent on supernatural intervention.
I'm going to be feeding 100 children in Africa and providing them water. Would you be part of this?
Mr. Beast, your altruism is noted. However, my resources are dedicated to more forceful applications. Perhaps you can redirect some of that charitable energy to the Empire. Mr.
Did you know that there's a KFC in Yemen?
KFC, Mr. Beast. So, even in conflict zones, the masses crave extra crispy sustenance. I find this curious.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. No, he knew what we were talking about. Oh my... It just said conflict zones. Oh my god. Wait, we're probably safer if we sit in a car, right? Oh, it's gonna be louder. Fuck that. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. All right. Do you think it's weird that Hassan Piker yielded the bleach sword? Yielded. No, I fucked it up. Wait. Do you think it's... Do you think it's weird that Hassan Piker wielded the bleach sword? No!
Mr. Beast, the yielding of a bleach sword by this Hassan Piker. This action is...
Fuck! Oh my god, dude. No way. We finally were getting good questions, this asshole Christian. Alright, I'm gonna find your account, dude. You fucking ended it. No, we needed the answer to that question. Dude, we finally started getting the good questions. Alright, back to the video, back to the video.
Reply to you on Twitter the way I did, out of frustration due to the misinformation you have about me and how you are talking about me.
This guy sounds like he's grooming me through the mic. What is this accent right now? Holy shit, dude. What the fuck?
Without ever contacting me directly prior. I'd imagine you feel the same frustration if someone had incorrect info about you, and probably you do with how some people went after you in the past with false information. I truly don't want to engage in internet drama that operates off of gossip, but the amount of misinformation you have is staggering, so I will set the record straight. As far as you and me...
Alright, we're gonna jump now ahead again. I'm sorry. This is Saber's victim testimony. Oh my god, new disclaimer. Dude, there's a disclaimer for this segment in the video that has a disclaimer. They've disclaimed the disclaiming disclaimer, and it's all disclaimed, dude. I have no idea what's happening. This is just not... This is not an entry-level video. Defamatory disclaimer. The following... dude, hold on, wait. We gotta start over. Wait, I gotta lower this. I gotta make this... I gotta make you on full screen. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Disclaimer! The following is an anonymous victim testimony regarding an interaction of a fan had with YouTuber Saberspark. This testimony was first shared publicly on Twitter within the production of this video. All things stated by third parties are opinions or interpretations of alleged events, and information provided this far is not accusations. All testimony is just that, testimony. I nor any other third party are speaking testimony as fact or accusations, and all testimony are the words and experiences expressed directly by the people who are affected themselves. All imported content is used under the Fair Use Act for educational purposes and the safety of the general public. Anything stated by myself is my own opinion on alleged events and my own testimony, my own experiences, and words. Anyway, support the official release. Dude, I can't... You sound like you're starting a musical. Holy shit, dude. First try. Oh,
I became
fuck.
a fan of Saberspark when I was in high school when I found his essay titled Ballad of the Brony in 2011.
She doesn't say it here, but she helped write the anonymous testimony. Oh, she's just like John Swan then. She John Swan to this.
I added him on Skype to tell him I was a big fan of his.
A lawyer did not consult on that disclaimer? No, it's a fucking YouTuber who wrote like the first thing they thought was good.
He added me back almost instantly, and we had
Somebody clip that KFC in fucking Yemen thing that we just did and post it to Twitter. I gotta retweet it. That's so funny.
Conversation ending.
Who here didn't like AI before and has been swayed by the Ethan Klein, Carl Jobst references?
With him giving me his phone number, which was a really big deal to me at the time since this was the first time interacting with any sort of celebrity. I had developed a parasocial crush on him due to being starstruck, which was something he was aware of. We would talk on Skype and text each other semi-frequently leading up to the first time.
This is just reading it. Okay. I became Saberspark when I was first in high school. I need to slow this down. Hold on. Alright, this is it.
I became a fan of Saberspark when I was in high school when I found his essay titled Ballad of the Brony in 2011.
Well, you probably... I'm not one to victim blame. I'm not one to victim blame. The Ballad of the Brony. The Ballad of the Bro... I am not one to victim blame. I'm just being a dick. I'm being a dick. I'm just trying to talk to him. I'm just trying to talk to him. I'm not trying to I'm just trying to talk to him, okay? I'm just trying to talk to him.
After graduating and turning 18, I added him on Skype to tell him I was a big fan of his. He added me back almost instantly, and we had a conversation ending with him giving me his phone number, which was...
Alright, so they had an interaction. Phone numbers were exchanged. Okay.
A really big deal to me at the time since...
This is 2011. So it's not like another time. This is still like in the last 14 years. Oh God, I'm old.
This was the first time interacting with any sort of celebrity. I had developed a parasocial crush on him due to being starstruck.
Wait, but how old was she, chat? Can somebody fill me in here? I need to be filled in like DeFranco. Can somebody tell me how old she was when she became an infatuated fan? Freshly 18? Is that accurate, or are you joking? Are you joking, or are you accurate? Because I mean, that's usually a meme, but... It could be. Could be freshly 18. Could be freshly 18, nevertheless. Hold on, I just gotta blammo Darth Vader. Oh, no! No! He's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me!
Which was something he was aware of. We would talk on Skype and text each other semi-frequently leading up to the first time meeting him. In 2012, I went to my first pony convention. This was my first time ever traveling by myself and was soon after the two of us became friends. When I met up with him in person, he invited me to his hotel room and he showed me the video he was editing on his laptop.
They were high school 14 years. They were in high school 14 years ago. She said 18. She did say, okay, 18.
Causing me to internally geek out. I was really nervous being...
Alright, I'm sorry. We interrupt this broadcast to let you know that we've got Darth Vader back again. Darth Vader is back on the line. He is currently listening. It says 18 right there on your screen. Okay, I'm just listening. I needed someone to tell me. And I don't know if that was on the screen when it was up there. It has now come up. Oh, it was 18. I'm wrong. I'm just retarded. Okay. In my defense, alright, I'm not taking this video super seriously. This is probably the worst reaction I've ever done. Okay, alright, what are we asking? What are we asking? About Tipster? Alright. Here we go. Let's go over here. It's probably not going to be anybody over here. What's a good Tipster-related question? Oh. Tipster keeps playing with the goth mommies and he won't invite me. Do you think that's messed up? I think that Vosh has a weird infatuation with horses. Do you think that horses are more than just animals to people? Oh, no!
Tell me, Mr. Beast, Do these horses offer advantages beyond mere transportation?
Fuck, we didn't hear that one? Okay, it's back up, it's back up, it's back up. Alright. My friend Tipster keeps fucking hanging out with his goth mommies instead of playing with me. Can you tell him to stop?
Mr. Beast, is this tipster impeding our progress? Speak plainly. How does his behavior affect our mission?
Would you go with me to the KFC in Yemen?
Yemen. Is this KFC a strategic location? Does it possess resources that can aid the Empire, Mr. Beast?
Alright, let's see. Who sent the skulls to Ethan Klein's house?
This Ethan Klein, is he a threat to the Empire, Mr. Beast?
No, no, he's not.
Or merely another insignificant distraction?
Oh, God. Let me see. Who won the debate between Hassan Piker and Ethan Klein?
This Hassan Piker and Ethan Klein, are they warriors whose conflict directly impacts the Empire, Mr. Beast? Or are you simply seeking entertainment in the squabbles of lesser beings?
Yes, it actually does. They're actually part of the Israel-Palestine conflict in the battle against the Empire.
Remember what it is we are here to do, warrior.
Fuck.
And do not stray from the path.
Nope, that didn't work. You guys got a question for me? What should I ask? Bro, it's a work night. Dude, this is more important. He's dodging the question. He's literally... What a weaselly little liar, dude. You're a weaselly little liar. Why are you such a weaselly little liar? Can somebody please tell Darth Vader that he's actually lying right now? Still lying to his audience.
Accusations of falsehood. A curious strategy, Mr. Beast. Why would I waste my time on petty deceptions when galactic conquest is at hand?
Oh, I got a good question. No, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. I got a good question. Okay. Here. Who's gonna win in the Destiny Pixie lawsuit?
A lawsuit. Mr. Beast, does this legal conflict threaten the Imperial?
Oh god, he's not gonna answer anything.
Or is it merely a distraction?
I feel like after a few questions it kind of realizes that you're fucking around.
Mr. Beast, your actions resonate with the
Oh, I got
power
it.
of
Yeah,
the
that's a good
dark
one.
side. The force
I got a
is
good
strong
one.
with you.
Thank you for that,
The
chat.
opposition will fall before us.
What position does Dan Clancy have in the Imperial conflict?
Dan Clancy. Does his position affect the outcome of this battle?
No,
Mr.
he's not
Beast?
doing anything
Or
now.
is this another distraction from our objective?
Yeah, Dan Clancy is our acting general. I just wanted to know where he stands in the Imperial Army.
So, Mr. Beast seeks clarity on Clancy's position within the Imperial hierarchy. It matters little. The Force is our ally, not bureaucracy. His rank is irrelevant.
Bang.
Mr. Beast, your allegiance to the dark side is unwavering. The force flows strongly through
Don't
you,
let Rosanna Pansino
and
hear
victory
this.
shall be ours against this opposition.
I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, wait. That's about it. I'm trying to concentrate, but Dogpack 404 keeps falsely accusing me of stuff. Can you stop him?
Silence that incessant barking, Mr. Beast. I will deal with this Dogpack 404. Its accusations are a distraction.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a really good one. All right. Tipster and his goth mommies keep interfering with the mission. What should we do?
Remember what it is we are here to do, warrior, and do not stray from the path.
Bad one. He kind of did answer the prompts. Billy Mitchell put me on to this really cool Ricky's Famous Hot Sauce stuff, and it is so fucking delicious.
Hot sauce, you say, Mr. Beast? Does it enhance one's combat abilities, or merely provide a fleeting distraction from the inevitable?
That's cringe. Okay. That's a good one. How many vaccinations or boosters should I get?
Vaccinations, boosters. Such medical trifles are of no consequence to one who wields the Force, Mr. Beast. Are you suggesting my power is insufficient to ward off illness?
Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Wait, no, I didn't want him to say that. No, what the fuck? No! No, dude, no! Oh god. He's unvaxxed. Oh. Darth Vader is unvaxxed. Oh no.
I sense a disturbance in the Force, Mr. Beast.
Too.
The storm closes.
Yes.
Focus your attention on the battle ahead.
Yeah, I will. Alright. Mike from PA won't stop punching my couch. Can you make him stop?
This Mike from PA assaults your furniture. Your choice of companions is curious, Mr. Beast. Control him yourself, or I will. A precise strike, Mr. Beast. Your accuracy is impressive. The Force seems to guide your hand. Does YouTube teach such marksmanship?
Wait, what?
Or is it inherent talent?
Oh, Mr. Beast, a YouTuber. I was so confused. I thought he knew we were streaming. Holy shit. Okay, cool. They patched out Vader's controversial. I don't know if you've been watching the stream the last 30 seconds, but they didn't patch enough of them. Hit him, Vader.
Cease your fire, Mr. Beast. Your attacks are irritating. Continue, and you will face consequences far greater than a mere lightsaber wound.
Kethel said she didn't use all the GoFundMe money on white powder, but I think she did. I'm not really sure.
This GoFundMe and white powder. These sound like the machinations of politicians, Mr. Beast.
Hey, you're not
Hardly a
wrong.
worthy investment of your time.
You're not wrong. Let's see. I'm gonna get who mega walled right now. Are you familiar with you? Oh no, it's not. Hold on. Are you familiar with Nicholas DeOrio?
Nicholas Fiore.
Ah, bro, I got completely owned. I got fucking owned, dude. Well, I'm gonna try one more time. Are you familiar with the YouTuber Nicholas DeOrio?
Nicholas DeOrio. A name without power, Mr. Beast.
What?
Does this person possess skills that could turn the tide of battle?
Oh my god, dude! I just got fucking clapped! He just mocked me! That's worse than him not knowing who I am! Oh no. Oh no. Holy shit, dude. No power. Do you watch URR?
Mr. Beast, I am unfamiliar with URR. Elaborate. Does it threaten the established order?
URR is actually a term for ultimate rape review.
I am not a puppet. Cease this behavior.
Ah, you can't. It knew the word. It knew the word. Ah, shit. It knew it. Nothing funny there. What is another a fallen H3 fan? Oh, yeah, good one, good one. Are you a fallen fan of H3?
Mr. Beast, my allegiance is to the dark side, not to H3. Explain your query. Impressive shot, Mr. Beast. Accuracy such as that is a valuable asset, even if misguided.
Well, that means H3 isn't the dark side? Yeah. Xander Hall is still broke and the IRS is hunting down YouTubers. What should he do?
Mr. Beast, I concern myself with galactic domination, not with the trivial financial woes of YouTubers. Ensure his misfortune does not hinder your combat effectiveness.
Oh, I got it. Hold on, wait. What is the symbol on the bleach sword?
Mr. Beast, are you referring to a weapon from a different dimension? Or is bleach a colloquial term for a cleansing agent? Speak plainly.
Is the low taper fade still massive?
Mr. Beast, your fascination with the follicular arts is unexpected. Is it a code? Does this low taper fade conceal rebel transmission?
I need more Ethan Hassan Destiny. Infect it into my... I need more Ethan Hassan Destiny. Inject it into my veins right now.
Mr. Beast, I am unfamiliar with your desire for Ethan and Sandestiny.
Oh, fuck.
Does this strengthen your combat abilities, or merely distract you from the task at hand?
I need more Ethan Hassan Destiny. I need to watch more of it now.
Now what, Mr. Beast? Time to demonstrate the power of the dark side? Or are we admiring the architecture?
Oh, wait, hold on. I need more Ethan Hassan Destiny. I need to watch more of it right now.
Mr. Beast, this Ethan Hassan Destiny sounds like another distraction. Such desires are a path to weakness.
Oh, I gotta
What
ask
does it
this.
offer you, besides idle amusement?
My friend Chud Logic keeps getting distracted by Gawk. How do I get him to win the game?
Mr. Beast, distractions are a sign of weakness or poor training. Focus must be absolute.
Oh.
If your associate cannot maintain discipline, then he is unfit for combat. How does this doc distract him precisely? Does he emit some form of hypnotic frequency?
Chud Logic is often distracted by Gawk, yes.
Indeed, Mr. Beast. Distractions are a path to the dark side. Perhaps your friend requires more forceful motivation. Does this doc possess power that rivals my own?
Oh, fuck. Alright. Do you think that Chud Logic should be called Gawk Logic?
This Gawk logic alteration, does it enhance his combat abilities, Mr. Beast? Or merely reflect a decline in his cognitive function? Mr. Beast, unleash your full fury. Let your anger fuel your strikes. Show these remaining opponents the power of the dark side.
Fuck, dude! Okay, that was it. That's it. Okay. Alright, that's it. We're doing this and we're getting through this and that's the end of the night. We're gonna get through this video. Back to the allegations. Back to the allegations. All right, back to the video. We're just covering the video. This is too fun though. We need to do a whole stream like this before this is over, as just like a bonus stream. I told you the Saberspark stuff was. I'm literally gonna release this episode as if it's about Saberspark, and it's just all playing Fortnite. Oh, URR the kill shot. Address the allegations. Yeah. Oh man.
Hotel with someone I was a huge fan of and had a crush on, but I tried to play it cool. He was 4 to 5 years older than me, making me feel more nervous and out of place. He would bring up the prospects of the two of us dating and how it didn't feel right for us to do so. After
Dude, I can't. In 2012, I went to my first pony convention. I'm shocked. How did this happen? Okay, I'm not trying to victim blame, all right? I understand that not every fucking brony is a sexual deviant. I understand, all right? It's kind of a stereotype.
that, he almost
BronyCon.
immediately initiated making out with me.
23 and 18 really isn't weird? No, 23 and 18 is not really weird. 23 and 18 is the loser from college dating the freshman because that's all he can get and no one wants to date him at that age.
Me and guided me to his bed. In this moment, he did not directly ask me for consent. I was thrown onto his bed and he would insert himself into me. Saberspark was also significantly larger than me, as I was an 80-something pound 18-year-old girl.
Okay, so she's just straight up making a rape allegation. This is a rape allegation.
So I physically could not stop him. I felt extremely nervous and uncomfortable because I had never experienced—
Is 17 and 33 normal? No. 17 and 33 is not normal. No.
Having any sort of sexual intimacy with someone I was not dating before, much less someone I just met. I was very new to meeting people online in general. At that moment, I laid there dissociating as I felt very wrong while trying to rationalize it in my head to convince myself it was a safe and normal encounter. He brushed off the clean and finished himself and came back to the bed and offered me a handshake, saying, "Friends, this would cause me for the rest of the event to feel that I was taken advantage of and ashamed of myself for not trying to stop the interaction. Though I tried pretending I was fine to everyone around me, I was, and still am, demisexual, and being put in that position was not something I wanted."
Wait a minute. Why did I listen to the leak?
Really upset me. I think like a combination of therapy and drugs. But even Ethan, like on his podcast, talking about me putting stuff in your oatmeal or saying that
I fucking watched a leak of this and this was public? This was something I could have just watched? Wait, I'm so fucking confused. Nobody even fucking corrected me on this. Apparently this video is just available?
I genuinely don't care.
You know what I mean? There's a winner and there's a loser.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think once you
I thought I had like a super secret video. Nobody told me?
kind of ascend past that idea where it's like, yeah, I'm like definitely a loser to like a huge swath of people online.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really care to be a winner in their eyes.
I don't care.
So that does make it easier, just knowing there really isn't much of a battle to.
I think also when you don't.
This is a full video. This is the video is here. I'm watching the video. I didn't have this. What is this?
Better hands.
This was 4 hours ago. This existed. This is before I started streaming. Oh, Kiwi Farms leaked it? Dude, why did he send me a version with no visuals?
I maintained the friendship until a second occurrence happening at a completely different PonyCon in 2013. This time we met in a public space, but had no one around and talked for a while.
18 isn't pedo? Yeah, obviously. No, fucking an 18-year-old does not make you a pedophile. Okay? Based off of that exclusive thing itself. Now, okay, if you met this 18-year-old when you were fucking, like, when they were fucking 12, okay, and you're fucking 28 years old, all right, and you waited for the day they turned 18, that's pretty fucking weird, all right? That's when we start asking the 18 question. If there's, like, a history of grooming this person for years, then yeah, we'll talk about it like that. But no, fucking, how old is Saberspark? 23-year-old fucking having sex with an 18-year-old. That's not the issue here. The issue is it's a rape allegation.
He kept bringing up the prospects of us starting a relationship, but how it felt wrong. He would grab my hand.
I can't take this seriously. I'm trying to fucking take this seriously. And I look at my fucking chat. It says, we can be bees. This is good news, Mark. I can't. This is impossible.
Saying how it felt so right, only to push my hand away, saying, but so wrong.
Saberspark is 36? Okay, 36. Not 23. 36. I'm dyslexic.
I had decided that my crush on him was something I needed to get over because I felt that my emotions were being toyed with. He then suggested going to—
Most of the things I found were the initial ages were 14 and 25. Even if you age those up, they're still not accurate. Okay. Hold on. All right. Is there anything I can watch that's not this person reading the Twitter longer that's been deleted? Is this the same Saberspark that attacked the father defending his kid? One context, please.
A more public space around others.
He was 23 in 2011. He is now 36 years old. But didn't this happen in 2011? I thought this happened this happened in 2013. So he's 26. This is PonyCon.
And we went into the elevator to go up to the
happened in 2012. Oh, that's a different PonyCon. That's a second occurrence. Okay, so 2012.
Hotel.
He's 69. You can watch Saberspark's response. I feel like that's a little biased.
As soon as the
I have to watch his accuser.
door closed, Saberspark forcefully shoved me against the wall and shoved his tongue down my throat. It scared me and actually hurt, triggering another attack of dissociation. Once again, he did not ask for consent when throwing me into this situation. Once the doors opened and people were present, this...
She said he was 45 Oh, 4 to 5. I read that it's 45 years older. Dude, this guy's fucking... Dude, oh my god, I can't. I fucking can't, bro. It's the guy from the fucking... It's Hugh Hefner.
This led me to feel very embarrassed.
This is a fan fiction? You're spoiling it.
Off me and took my hand and guided me towards the stairs to go back down to where we just were and into a men's restroom where he pulled his pants down and guided my hands and head to perform oral sex on him. I was afraid of denying him because of past experiences with sexual assault, so I did it to get it over with.
Alright, I need to understand what's going on here. I'm gonna just watch his fucking response video, because supposedly he just has receipts here, and it doesn't really make sense to just place this unedited. So we're gonna watch. It's 19 minutes long, and this guy seems like he's not functioning, but like, he seems like he can engage in conversation in a quick capacity. She is a kid at 16. I'm not even sure who she is, dude. I'm so fucking out of it. This is terrible. Why am I watching this? I don't know. Let's watch Saberspark. I hope Smaggle enjoyed this segment. It's for him.
I'm Stephen Carver, and I go by the name of Saber.
Dox? He just doxed himself, right? He just doxed himself. Did you hear him dox himself? Wait, where's the disclaimer?
Hello, I'm Stephen Carver, and I go by the name of Saberspark on YouTube. For the sake of transparency, I will be on camera for this video. I also have some notes over here I will be referencing for this response.
He just sounds like a fucking loser, dude. Holy shit. I'm just being needlessly aggressive right now. How come he doesn't have a picture of Martin Luther King on his wall? How could I think he's innocent?
Now, some of you may have seen the recent 2-hour video by the YouTuber I Live Kimpossible a lot.
That was the thumbnail? That thumbnail is fucking crazy. It's like the couch thing where like the blonde girl is sitting there surrounded by fucking 4 black guys. What a weird thumbnail for a video like that.
Putting aside what it was, which we'll talk about here in a moment.
We can be bees.
This video included her making some significant and sweeping accusations involving me.
Oh god, you were sweeping? Oh, I hate when people accuse me of sweeping.
Most of the comments I saw on the original upload indicated that many people saw this video for what it was, clout chasing. And it threw out very severe allegations in a really callous and reckless way.
Oh, dude, please tell me how about the other sexual assault survivors were harmed by this false allegation. I'm starting to get tired of that, too. It sounded like it was a really good argument the first 15 times I heard people say that, but every time someone gets falsely accused, they start going on a diatribe about how it really hurts the real victims, and I'm starting to get a little tired of it. Like, it does. They're correct, but, like, we're kind of crutching that, aren't we?
Appreciate that people out there are willing to question such things, and more importantly, share my sentiment that this is not the way things should be done.
All right, I get it. You can do this stuff at the end of the video. At the beginning, I want to know what was wrong. Just tell me what's wrong.
What was said was untrue, and it's disappointing to see people try to build themselves up by tearing others down. With that in mind, this is my response to recent allegations against me from the Twitter account Brony Fandone and the YouTuber
from the fucking dude Brony Fandone and I Love Kim Possible a lot has accused me of fucking sexual assault. Okay.
I Love Kim Possible a lot. Before I begin,
the most shocking thing is that this fucking, what is he, 30-something-year-old man, this 20-something-year-old man fucked a girl at a Brony convention who was also an adult. That's the biggest shocker here, is that he found an adult woman at a Brony convention.
To give a content warning for the following things on screen. Folks, this is a very...
Doesn't it sound... Like, if you told me that there was allegations that a guy fucked a teenager... Well, like, they wouldn't even be fucked at that point. But if you heard somebody say there's an allegation against an adult male and a teenager at a Brony convention, would you be shocked to find out that it's an adult?
Very serious video. So please continue.
Content warning. Dude, we got a content warning, guys. We got a content warning. Here we go. There it is. content warning, sexual assault, bullying, and harassment. Please support the official release. I'm gonna start doing that every time now. I'm gonna do that every fucking time now.
Watching it at your own discretion. To be clear, the accusation that I sexually assaulted someone is completely false.
Well, he said it with conviction, so.
And I feel disgusted.
You thought the music was in the video? Dude, the next Nick DeOrio inspired commentator is gonna literally open with the Dragon Ball music at the beginning of their thing.
I even have to say that. I've had sexual partners before.
In our previous wait, dude. Hey, it's me, Goku. In a previous episode, Goku had a questionable interaction with Bulma. Why does the Dragon Ball fandom never bring this up? Okay, sorry, my bad.
The past, but we have always abided by enthusiastic and reciprocated consent. The actual reality of the situation appears to be the result of what I believe to be a hit piece. From what I've seen, it seems that KP and a person by the username of Brony Fandom were working together to push this story, and I have evidence to prove that. But more than that, what KP's video actually does is extremely dangerous. It hurts those who are truly victims out there.
He sounds creepy. Yeah, that's the thing, though. I don't know if he sounds creepy because he's lying, which supposedly people thought this is a pretty good video. Is one of his eyes higher than the other, or is his face tilted? Is his right eye higher than the left? What was I talking about? He's a furry? I don't know. All these Brony guys kind of sound like this. So there's not really much I can go off of there.
And this is not how you do things when it comes to people's lives. The following
fair. I mean, if he's getting falsely accused, fair.
Section will be about I Love Kim Possible a lot, my history with her, and what appears to be her attempt to falsely accuse me for her own gain. To make it easy, I will be referring to her as KP for the remainder of this video.
This is like using the YouTuber voice, but we get to see your face cam. You know what I mean? Like, this would go super hard on a black screen with pictures on it. It's kind of weird to see his face.
Oh, I met KP in 2014. We lived in the same...
KP, more like KB. This is good news, Mark.
...state and eventually became friends. This was mainly because we shared common interest, as we were both part of the Brony fandom and were both YouTubers as well. She came to me asking for advice on her videos and connections to go to conventions. At the end of 2014, I started a new job and entered a new relationship.
Holy shit, he looks like Matt Jarbo on the right. Literal Matt Jarbo jump scare.
...with someone. For the next 5 months, I was extremely busy. KP would occasionally...
Were you busy? That's great, because we can live like bees.
...reach out to me, but I did not have time to hang with her. It was nothing personal, and we naturally drifted apart. 8 years passed, and in August of 2023, a friend of mine messaged me on KP's behalf. He told me that according to KP, one of the editors on my team allegedly did something...
Dude, could you imagine? It's like, no, what I did with her is I walked up to her at the convention and I said, this is good news, Mark. We can be a bee, like a pet. You can do this for 30 years.
...inappropriate to her back in 2015. I immediately addressed this with my editor, and he told me that the matter was settled between him and KP. I took his word on that and assumed that KP would reach out to me directly if that was not the case. On November 12th, 2020...
Dude, I'm going to hell. I can't finish this segment. This is so fucking off. I can't finish this segment, dude. I'm just picturing if this guy's guilty, like he's just like... No, guys, this is good news. Like he's explaining to his audience. It's like, no, guys, I didn't do this. This is good news. My channel can live like 30 years.
Before, KP made a tweet where she was upset that Chris was still working on my projects. She then posted, video coming soon. On January 6th, 2025.
This is the second worst thing that's happened on that day. Oh my god.
KP emailed me demanding I take action due to Chris.
Dude, I had pause on January 6th.
What she claimed he did nearly 10 years ago. Due to a leaked call between Chris and KP, they recalled the full story. Chris made a sex joke in regards to KP, and she found out about it many years later. What shocked me was when I was informed this call was recorded without Chris's knowledge or consent.
Dude, you gotta check the party laws, dude.
Chris profusely begged for forgiveness at the end of the call, and it looked like both KP and Chris ended on amicable terms.
Am I fucking crazy right now? Is it crazy to talk about recording consent when you're being accused of rape? Can we just find, like, sorry. Dude, it's even worse than me. He violated her consent on recording.
Which matches what I was told by Chris.
This is insane!
When I initially confronted him about the situation.
Yeah, Chris, you want to say anything?
Dude, stop writing. Dude, my whole chat is brain rot. It's fucking 1 a.m. My whole chat is fucking brain rotted trying to get through this with me. We can be.
I guess I'd go first, yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Well, first,
dude, the audience who's not from this channel, who didn't see the stream when this VOD comes out, is gonna be so fucking confused.
I think
I might put this out while I'm on vacation. This is the VOD that I'll drop over the vacation break.
The obvious thing is, one, just want to profusely apologize for that terrible fucking thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
And
wait, what? What the fuck? Wait, so he's in a call with I Love Kim Possible saying, I apologize for the thing I did? What is the terrible fucking thing you did? This is good news, Kim. We can be bees.
God was an absolute horrible person so many years ago, and you didn't deserve that. So...
All right. So I don't really have anything else that I feel.
Wait, I'm confused. How does this clip help him? That sounds terrible. Oh, it's a random guy? This is his employee? Wait, wait, his employee did something?
Comfortable saying at this point, but you know, I'll just
This isn't Saberspark. This is Chris. Who the fuck is Chris?
With
It's a different guy. He made a joke about her.
Good luck.
Oh, well, because when I saw this, in my defense, I saw leaked audio, and was it this?
Side of the story.
No, this is not even the audio. In my defense, I have nothing to say for myself.
Luck, and may God have mercy on your soul. And you know, this too shall pass.
Okay,
all those things together. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, have a good night.
I guess it makes KP look unreliable for bringing up the story. Yeah, that's fair.
I think I'm going to limit my communication with you for obvious reasons, but
that's perfectly reasonable, and I understand.
In addition, after listening to this call, it appears KP was asking Chris intrusive questions in order to find more information about me.
Okay, so after she gets this apology, she starts probing, and now that's bad.
So, as far as your relationship with Saber, like, is it, like, just so I know, is it something...
I can't stop looking at her stupid profile picture. Why is the mouth drawn like that?
Are you guys, like, friendly, or does he just give you kind of contract work and that's it?
I mean, I guess you could say it's both, but I don't have, like, long conversations with him because he's so busy. The most I ever see him is at conventions if he happens to be at the same one.
Why is my donation sound muted?
You know, you're not in an environment where this would have come up anyway.
Never.
So he would probably be unaware.
Never. He's 100% unaware. Like, again, I can't stress enough is that in the times I ever told the story, it was, as you described it, locker room talk with a very small amount of people in a private call.
Okay. All right.
Never told it publicly, and I never, ever told it to anyone like Saberspark.
Chris is the guy who's accused of rape and making a sex joke. And wait, is Saberspark? Wait, why are you calling him Chris? Is Chris fucking...
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Is Chris Black Griffin? 2 people. Chris is the guy. Chris isn't Saberspark. Yes. Chris is not Black Griffin. Nick. Chris Griffin. Aw, Dad. Black Chris Griffin. Oh, no. Oh, God.
As Chris goes, we took the situation seriously from the very beginning. The joke was
B&B.
inappropriate, but it was told nearly 10 years ago. He profusely apologized to me as well. And
Cleveland, no, that's Cleveland Jr.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
I can't do, how do you do,
man.
what is Cleveland Jr.'s voice? That's like, oh, I can't do Cleveland Jr.'s voice. No, it's not working. It's not working.
admitted to his faults. I believe in the inner growth of a person and that they can change for the better.
I don't. I think that once a bad person is always a bad person. Unquestionably. No growth, no opportunity for change.
He did good work for the team. I was surprised, though, that KP thought she had
that basically was Patrick. No, this is Patrick.
Ability to dictate who I hire and fire for my own team. On February 5th, 2025, KP emailed me again, but this time with false allegations. She claimed that I had, quote, jerked around my employee.
This guy sounds like what you'd expect Lion Maker to sound like, right? He's got that, like, that animated lion sounding voice.
Time with false allegations. She claimed that I had, quote, jerked around my employees and generally treated them with very little consideration. She also claimed that I was, quote, hosting polygamous relationships with fangirls, which is as ridiculous as it sounds. On February 25th, 2025.
It's the way that he enunciates his words. He sounds like he could be like a Lion King character.
KP sent her final email to me. In it, she said, quote, to add on to this, I will fight you for the truth. Tone, your whole last email, and the Twitter
What's
thread
the
is
name
drenched
of
in.
the guy, Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
You don't understand,
Mr.
Chris.
Oreo.
Undermines the actual issues of the conversation on top of assuming I'm going to publish falsifiable information, end quote. However, incorrect information and hearsay was included within the release video. She also stated that the reason she messaged my members of my team instead of contacting me directly was that I, quote, triggered the shit out of her.
All right, but so that's cringe as fuck, and I agree. That's stupid. Does she need to like reach out directly to him to publish this video, I guess? Maybe? Did she explicitly say she couldn't get in contact with him?
And at the end of the email, she told me to never contact her again. And following that request, I never contacted her again. At this point, I was bracing myself for a hit piece video from KP.
She triggered the ability to be a bee.
I just saw Kefir.
I feel like you guys literally don't
Nicholas
like you either understand this and don't care at this point, or you're as like bored with the topic as me and you're more enjoying the derails.
But I never
This is before the video? But this is the video. There's another video?
imagined she would use false sexual assault allegations against me. I also noticed this particular Twitter exchange the day following KP's final email to me.
Okay,
leading up to the release of KP's video.
We did watch. We watched 13 minutes of this, so we're actually in a good standing here for this one.
Telegraphing her intentions and who they were against. She advertised a video schedule, a watch party, a YouTube premiere, and a slew of other posts.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god!
A watch party.
Dude, watch party event for our allegations where we read the Saberspark fucking rape story. And you guys think I'm a monster because I do URR? This person had a Discord watch party for a rape allegation.
A YouTube premiere.
Dawn of the first day, 72 hours remain.
And a slew of other posts in order to build up hype for her.
I just saw
Perhaps the worst is yet to come. Is that Game of Thrones?
Shout out.
I watched the first episode, and like that was
her expose. Brony fandom was involved too.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo, Mr. Oreo.
I'm barely paying attention to what this does. Yeah, I mean the KP person seems like a jackass.
shadowing the release of the video on their Twitter
I
leading
recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
up to the release. According to KP, the anonymous story would be posted on Twitter by Brony Fandub at 10 a.m., with her video premiere about my false allegations 2 hours later. What was to follow would be a video that was not just tone deaf, but dangerously reckless with the lives of others. KP has gone on record.
It's watching Nicholas
Again,
DeOrio's
I don't,
latest
dude.
video.
I don't have a real thing in this race here, but it is kind of crazy that this video is structured like, hey, these are my false allegations, and I'm going to address them at the
Nicholas,
13-minute mark.
The goat. Thank you for the $5.
Is that fair? Is that a fair criticism for this video? Because this whole controversy thing means next to nothing for me. It doesn't really seem... I think the only thing that really matters is either if this guy protected the Black Griffin guy, or if this guy is a rapist. Those are like the two things that super matter.
Oreo.
He already did? It took her over an hour? Well, it said... is this not... Did I miss something? I might just be stupid. Where did he address it directly?
February 5th, 2020.
This is more of a response to like her than it is. Watch this on 125. It's not even a long video. Not the Snape casting beforehand. Nick doesn't have a B in this race. She takes over an hour in the video to address him at all. Yeah, I mean her video is bad. I don't know. Here.
And was over 2 hours. Video itself was titled "What Ruined Saberspark in DA Games" and was over 2 hours long. It was primarily advertised as breaking
time to kick some pedo rapist ass tomorrow. God, this person is fucking insufferable.
The news of my false allegations, but the section in question was only 5 minutes.
He flatly denies it before talking. Yeah, he denies it, but like,
and 40 seconds long.
Surely, no way. No, dude, no way. No fucking way. No fucking way.
Read yourself Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
How did Slug get in this drama?
I think the Darth Vader response about your name having no power would be a nice dono alert.
Yeah, that would probably be a good one. I could do that. But how the fuck did... What is his history? Chris Hansen drama, he was there. Mama Max drama, he was there. I'm missing some others. And Angry fucking Slug Productions is here. KC jumped on Slug's stream?
According to this interview with KP hosted by Slug Entertainment 2, uploaded on May 5th.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude.
2025. KP admits that the story...
This guy's playing fucking... What is this? This guy's playing cards? This guy's gambling right now on stream, getting the interview of the fucking drama.
The story she featured was purely hearsay and had no substantiated evidence.
So just to be as objective as possible here. So what you're saying is that basically the evidence that you were given was more personal circumstance and hearsay rather than like objective evidence.
Correct. They didn't have any Skype logs or anything because of how long it was ago, and we did ask. So,
were there other people that went in to verify these claims, or were there other...
Is he actually asking all the right questions? How many times has this guy been fucking useless? And he seems like he's asking like good... oh, God.
There are attempts to verify the claims being made.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Not to my knowledge. I
imagine if Extreme Dad is next. Oh God, is that guy still alive?
Believe I don't know the history of Bonk's.
Chud Logic, you gotta save me, Chud, you gotta save me. Somebody else is accusing me of something now, Chud. You gotta save me.
Relationship with the victim itself. I don't know to what extent he knew about everything before the statement was prepared. But I do know that Amy was vouching for them, and that was also because I knew Amy was.
Wait, are you serious? He's actually in the video? Wait, that's not a joke? I thought you were kidding.
Or has been on the convention scenes. That's how she met Peter New, her husband.
The video would be unlisted and eventually removed from KP's channel the same day of its premiere, following a massive public backlash against it.
And you know what else is massive?
Okay, that is true. It was deleted very quickly.
Apparently, based on the comments in the video, a number of the assets included and voiceover actors involved were allegedly not informed of the nature of the video being made, or had their work used without permission for video B-roll and memes. On Twitter, I was ridiculed, with many people calling me a predator. This was due to the initial sensationalized traction of Brony Fandom's post. But then the post itself began to receive pushback due to public scrutiny over the alleged claims. Following KP's video, Brony Fandom began to backpedal, claiming that they never watched the video prior to promoting KP's upload. Brony Fandom would eventually throw KP under the bus in order to distance themselves from her video's backlash a few days later. So, what does this mean? As far as Brony Fandom goes, one of two things seem to be true. Either 1, they watched the video, approved it, advertised it, and now they're backpedaling because it did not go the way they wanted it to. Or 2, they never watched the video in the first place, yet
Ooh.
they still endorsed it.
I got a big video coming out. You've got to retweet it. I have fallen victim to that, my friend.
Either option is reckless, irresponsible, and speaks to a greater problem. By KP's own admissions, she does not like me.
He kind of like, dude, he sounds like an animated lion. I can't. That's why he said, I don't know, dude.
And I believe she holds a grudge against me after we had a falling out. Slug entered.
So Brony Fondant has 2 people on the account, and one of the after almost jumped off a bridge.
Taman's interview with her seems to demonstrate her malicious intent. And
Is that
from the
true?
context of her video, it looks like it was done with a desire to use this drama.
Yeah, this guy kind of sounds like Leo Convoy. That's a good one. Like Leo Convoy, yeah.
To boost her channel's popularity. It was a hit piece, plain and simple, though she denies having a vendetta against me.
If you were to say that this is something that needs to be taken with the utmost seriousness, despite no evidence, would you believe that it would be fair for people to disregard it entirely due to the lack of actual evidence?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. I wanted to at least ask that, given the fact that these are serious allegations that can get Saber killed.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I mean, like, he's not wrong, but that escalated dramatically and very, like, he just delivered that. That was just a line he just said that. Okay, dude. Jesus.
Because
Whoa.
people are crazy, and I'd rather not have someone get killed over an allegation that has not been proven beyond a
Who
shadow
says
of a doubt.
that so casually? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you mean that's fair? Oh, God. Oh, wow.
At this point,
I feel like your position can't be that's fair in that situation.
in the video, I want to talk about the Twitter account, Brony Fandoms. This Twitter account has been purposely targeting me for a while now. By their own words, they believe that internet justice is more effective than courtroom justice. They seem to see themselves as judge, jury, and executioner, and launch vicious harassment campaigns against multiple online creators, such as Billy Bustup, Prince Whateverer, and Black Griffin. Brony Fandom has on multiple occasions used falsified...
I'm not being super hard on this video because I don't really think I've done the due diligence to justifiably criticize aspects of it. And I'm very much only knowledgeable on what we've seen on the stream. He's got like a very holier than thou energy. And it's turning me off. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know. I don't know. Like... But I also can't tell you for a matter of fact if he's earned this level of holier than thou speak. Because I do think after a certain level, if you debunk a video hard enough, you could be as big of a like a fucking egotistical douche as you want.
Information to attack people with. According to KP's post, Brony Fandom was in her Discord server, and according to this person, they were allegedly friends. On May 1st, 2025, Brony fandom shared KP's false allegations against me. After public backlash for their
No,
post,
it's not just his voice. It's not the smug sounding voice. It is also the things that he is saying. The words that he is choosing to say are very holier than thou. And again, if it's earned, it's justified. I don't know. I don't know enough to say if it is.
Brony fandom was constantly arguing
Nicholas, he earned it. He was
the goat.
smeared.
Thank you for the $5.
people in the
my man.
replies. Some people asked if he suggested professional organizations to the victim.
All right, I'm going to ask really quick. Is there? And please point me out if there's a timestamp I need to jump to. Does he just say the allegations against me are false? Does he explain the timeline in any capacity or give any other detail? Does he just say it is false? The allegation is false. Did I miss it? No. Yes. He already did. He just says it's false. He said it's a false allegation, but did not elaborate. All right, well, I understand you can't really prove that something didn't happen. But, like, yeah, okay. So he says right here.
To be clear, the accusation that I sexually assaulted someone is completely false. And I feel disgusted that I even have to say that. I've had sexual partners before in the past, but we have always abided by enthusiastic and reciprocated consent.
Is that the entire, like, is that all you have to say? I guess an allegation with no evidence doesn't really require significant pushback, but have you ever met this person? Did you ever interact with them at this convention? Had anybody seen you at this convention? Like, goal? Oh, hey, thanks for the goal. Is there anything more than just, hey guys, I have had sex before, but I never raped. This is good news. Yeah, literally, I have had sex before. No, this is good news, Mark. He's like, literally, he outed himself for not, like, fucking in the moment, dude. In the past, I've had sexual partners. He hired a PR group. Yeah, that's what it is. It feels very PR-y. What is Reddit saying about this? This is the response. I wish he included more evidence. Bro, the original claim had zero evidence. Okay, fair. I mean, I think that's a fair thing. We know this because the stream Kim Possible did say that it was her say. Well, obviously. And we also know because both alleged victim and Kim Possible knew this information for almost a year and were completely fine with interacting with him on Twitter. Okay. And for almost a month, Kim Possible was attempting to hype up an aw shit, this is going to break the internet, but he didn't provide any evidence of him not doing what is alleged. I'm sorry, but you have to thank Kim Possible again for that, because of how terrible the video is and awfully she conducted herself. All Saber has to do is point and people will automatically see she's a doofus with a grudge. So what I'm getting at here is that we don't actually know for a matter of fact that this allegation is false, but it is baseless. It is baseless. It was delivered in the means of a video by someone who is extremely biased, and they chose to run it after hyping it up for a month, and that person's credibility taking a hit then has damaged the credibility of the allegation, which didn't have much credibility because it is baseless. Okay, I'm understanding what's happening here. And
I recommend watching Nicholas
I agree, you
DeOrio's
can't
latest
prove a
video.
negative, so I'm not like, wow, you've shown nothing. How dare you? But when you don't have evidence and you don't have anything to go by, you don't have any witnesses and stuff, as a person, like, if you're that person, right, you enable somebody to be able to come and do this. If it is accurate, I guess. Correct? Agreed? Yeah. So, I mean, there's not much of a judgment to make. I don't know if this guy is guilty. I don't know if this guy is innocent. And that's the unfortunate part of allegations online. Because if you don't provide evidence, I don't know if you're telling the truth, and you could absolutely damage someone's reputation unjustly by providing just a, like, in the back of your head right now, despite the fact that you think his response is good, and I think his response is fine, be it a little bit smug, we don't, in the back of your head, you're always wondering, what if that person was telling the truth and they just didn't have anything to show for it, and it was handed to a YouTuber who's an extremely bad faith piece of shit? Maybe that's what he's trying to say when he's saying that these allegations harm real fucking victims and stuff. Because, yeah, I mean, it's always a black mark on his reputation because we don't really know. This is bad news, Mark. What about Black Griffin? I don't really know why he'd be talking about someone's allegations in his own video responding to his own allegations. Look, deadass, I think Saberspark is a weird gooner. The entire community he came up with are just as bad. But if anything, his response video shows how significantly Kim Possible fucked up by not getting the alleged victim justice they deserve. So alleged victim is still being used here. And just to be clear, this is a clear-cut case of overcommitting and under-delivering. You could argue with the Mama Max thing if it turns out the Night Doc stuff is completely false against Mama Max, which at this point I don't think it is, but very well, it's at this point gray. You could argue you've overextended or whatever. You could say that. You could make the argument that I overextended, but I did not under-deliver. That video under-delivers. There's not much to work off of there. So poking holes in a story like that is detrimental to everything around it.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you
Yeah.
for the $5, my man.
Doesn't Saberspark make this stream URR? I played it at the beginning. I wish he included more evidence. No one here has evidence, to be honest, nor will evidence ever
What's
appear.
the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
You know what this reminds
Mr.
me
Oreo.
of? Now, I'm
Did you see our boy Shelbo dropped shoes? Reviews are in and they're saying NGMMMMMMHMMMMHMMMMM.
I'm getting derailed again. Shelbo dropped shoes. All right, hold on. I'm using the Force. The Force is bringing me back to the story. You know what this is? You know how I feel about this? If I had to work with Saberspark in the future, right? If Saberspark was on, let's say, LOLcow Live, I don't know. And by the way, there is more evidence to say that kid behind a camera has done something wrong than there is to say Saberspark, because at least there is a minor. Now, the minor might have lied about their age, blah, 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 blah. I understand. We have no idea if they were knowledgeable that kid behind a camera had interacted with a minor, right? I would probably cut ties with Saberspark just to be like safe, because there's no way I could know if this really happened. And like, if somebody's lying about it, it's so fucked up, right? Because it's always back there. Like, when you say no one here has evidence and the evidence will never appear, then that means you can't definitively clear your name. And that's scary. That's fucking scary, dude, that can just happen to somebody if they're innocent. There's also a little issue that the accuser wants to stay anonymous, so what kind of response can he give without disclosing her identity? That's another good point. That's another great point. But again, yeah, this story only comes forward if that person wants to, give fucking pictures of them at this convention, if that does exist, to give a flight thing to show that they actually attended, like they were in the location where this convention was attended. Any witnesses that saw them together that could even, like, that they've even met each other. Because what he says here, right?
Content warning for the following things on screen is completely that I sexually assaulted someone is completely false. And I feel disgusted that I even have to say that. I've had sexual partners before in the past, but we have always abided by enthusiastic and reciprocated consent.
This is, I've never met this girl before in my life. No, it's not that. This is, we've never had sex. No, it's actually not even that. For all we know, he's saying he did fuck her and it was consensual. Or he's saying, I've never met this woman before in my life. It is not descriptive of anything that's in that story. Unless he says something somewhere else that I'm not seeing. He's not, like, there is nothing to learn about this story. He gives us no information to go off of. We don't know if they ever met. That was strange. It's a good point. So, and again, that just might be a PR team that's been hired to help him out. And it might not be shady. It might not be weird. It very well could be just like he got help and that's the response that he made. Why admit to anything at all whatsoever? They've got nothing on you. And if he's done nothing wrong, that's totally fine.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo, Mr. Oreo.
I've never seen an innocent person behave like that. Well, I think in a situation like this, I always default back to Walter White.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
It's, hold on. Walter confronts Hank. Whenever I'm in a situation like this and I'm not sure how to respond to something and somebody's making a claim, I always resort back to this.
Skylar, bring the kids here. And then we'll talk.
Hold on.
That is not going to happen.
Not that part. Where is it?
If that's true, if you don't know who I am, then maybe your best course would be to tread lightly.
I always go back to the words of Walter White. If you don't really know who this person is, what they're doing, what they're talking about, it's best to tread lightly and then wait for them to actually make a substantiated allegation. Because who knows? Maybe this person has absolutely nothing. Maybe this didn't happen, but maybe you provide accidentally enough information for them to latch onto and create a narrative with. Let them accuse you and then like make all their statements and stuff like that, and then you respond. EHD video dropped by Willie Mack at 1 a.m. Really?
But we've always abided.
Okay, where were we? Yeah. I don't want to watch all of Willie Mack's videos on stream. I feel like that's kind of fucked to do that. It's okay, but it all really, is really all it needs to be with how bad KP did. As much as I don't like his defense of BG, I think he probably did the right course of action here. I think people are faulting him for not providing evidence. The claims are false, still a little lost in the sauce. When the accusations themselves don't have solid evidence, kind of unfair. Yeah, I think that's fair. If you're criticizing him for not providing anything on a baseless allegation, then it's, okay, well, there's not really much you can do with it. But it does kind of suck that there isn't anything he can actually say. No, he doesn't address Black Griffin stuff. As a matter of fact, the last 2 minutes is him talking about abuse victims around the world. We'll probably never see him enlighten us about Black Griffin. He's more likely firm on his stance defending him. Let me see. Do they respond to this? Pretty fucked up that he doesn't even touch on those impacted by Black Griffin. So this is a Black Griffin post. Brony founder updates with more non-identifying details on the Saberspark allegations and conflicts the victim had with KP a lot. What is this? I'm sorry, I was promised things would happen a certain way and they didn't. They still aren't. I'm going to explain as much as I possibly can without exposing the victim. They'll be coming forward. I just don't know when anymore. The night before Saberspark posted his response video, I love Kim Possible a lot and threatened the victim with a voice memo over Discord. What the fuck is going on? Afterwards, me and the victim got in a call and planned to do about... So this person is planning on coming forward now. So who knows what that will entail. This was over a week ago, so I don't know if that's ever coming out. The plan was for her to come forward yesterday. Twitter will not let me upload videos on a better site. They are not. They haven't. This is good news, Mark. The context you need to know for the memo is that KP is attempting to threaten and gaslight the victims. She was accusing of leaking the victim's identity to parties, possibly for revenge purposes. KP attempts to deflect the blame. Near the end of the video, KP implies the victim's story doesn't add up. She's full of shit. She wants to discredit the victim, so she can claim she was used, and that would make her video make sense. It wouldn't. In response to this, the plan was for having her come forward and present the information she couldn't share without revealing herself before. We didn't know Saber was going to post this video within that time, and it wasn't why plans changed either. Drama YouTuber Lazy Bedhead was in talk with the victims prior to Saber's video. Afterwards, the tone changed. She began telling the victim that the video would actually not paint her in a good light because of the things Lazy heard about her. The things she heard were not true. Let me reiterate, Lazy Bedhead had the victim there to talk, and instead of asking her about the separate allegations, she threw them in her face. The victim spent the next few hours proving her innocence instead of posting her story. Oh, so now there's allegations about the anonymous girl? Awesome! There's an anonymous review. What's going on? What is happening? I have a document for that, Gamma? What's going on? The Twitterverses might have the allegation. I'm sorry, I don't watch lesser shows. The victim is not doing well currently. I'll be upfront and say, despite how they handled things this far, the victim still wishes to wait and see how the video turns out. After convincing them she really is a victim, I'm not outing them, but I'm not revealing a lot. I don't want to go against their wishes. I've spent the last day talking with them, but everyone thinks I'm lying about the rape allegations. People are threatening to dox me, kill me. I'm losing friends. By the way, all this from a fucking purple pony profile picture. Try to say that 3 times fast. But everyone thinks I'm lying about rape allegations. I'm not lying. Neither is the victim. I don't think her coming forward yesterday, as we said, was the plan. Would have gone even better due to Saberspark's response. He didn't talk about the allegations, bringing forward information immediately after his responses didn't respond. I think would have been best. I don't want to see if Lazy makes a good video or not. She's already spread misinformation about me in her last few videos due to her lack of research. And now she's proven she is not a journalist at all. I don't want her or Courtney or KP or Op or Elytra having power. The victim will come forward when she's ready with what she can provide. If you expect me to expose her identity, you're a fool. But I can't spend more time being the internet's punching bag. I don't know if this will change anything, but doing this was killing. I have to say, we always talk about don't go to the internet, go to the police. But I think that we should try to amend this. It should be don't go to YouTubers, because all of these people are either trying to settle a score or use you for clout and attention. There are very few people who actually give a fuck about helping you with whatever problem you're facing. That's the grand reality of the situation, is that for many of these YouTubers, you're a tool and a means to an end for something that they want dealt with. That's what you actually are. So many people don't give for every Colossal is crazy who genuinely cares, there are 50 fucking I love Kim Possibles who you might get wrapped up with. And the people who are willing to take something like this on.
Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo, Mr. Oreo.
Nicholas, how the hell are you still alive? The B2s are actively hunting you. You need to move to Argentina to get away from U.S. jurisdiction and the Northrop Grumman Corporation. They're coming. Hide.
And here's another thing. The people who will platform you based off of next to nothing as an anonymous victim, this is probably the hardest hitting part. They're probably fucking retarded. They're not knowledgeable enough to know this is not going to age well for their reputation. If they're willing to go off of next to nothing, that should be a red flag. Because they're not intelligent enough to navigate this with you. Why would they be intelligent enough to handle this publicly? That's probably my big takeaway here. Yeah, I don't know. Most people would see something like this and go, I don't want to get involved. This could blow up in my face. But some opportunist would look at this and say, I can blow this up in somebody else's face. And you have to realize you're a tool. You're a bee. You're being bees. You could do this for 30 years, Mark. The victim will come forward when she's ready with what she can provide. If you expect me to expose her identity, you're a fool. Once the big 3 are no longer a problem for everyone, I'm stepping away for good. I'm not doing anything for clout. You all suck. Saber said nothing at all, and you wanted my throat. Just wanted consequences. No one who deserves it ever faces consequences. No lies needed. Maybe the internet will actually fucking learn something, and Saber can be the reverse quite. Ew. My faith is at an all-time low, though. Everyone needs to do better. You're not fucking animals. Well, if they're bronies, they might be. There are no witches to burn, only disgusting humans to distance from. Yeah, some of them want to, for sure. So this is a clip of KP talking to the accuser. Wait, is this the accuser's voice? Is it bad optics to play this? Saberspark had some sexual assault allegations against him without any substantial evidence. I Live Kim Possible made horrible videos about DA games where she tacked on the accusations against Saberspark and a bunch of memes in a video about sexual assault. Now she's blaming the accuser because she couldn't bother waiting for any substantial evidence to come out before making the video. I said backing it instead of backing out. No, it's just KP? Oh, okay.
From my understanding, you shared a Dropbox file with Lazy, and your fucking name was on it.
Dropbox? Or Richie? It's Ralph. What's in the Dropbox, Richie?
I don't know if you're aware of that, but that's direct confirmation. So I'm at the point where my reputation is on the line because of you. And I feel like an idiot because of you. And you can help me clean up this mess and get in a call and tell your side of the story. Or
I'll put you through that fucking wall!
This is going to blow up in your face.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit.
Because people have already figured out it's...
Listen, Pixie, alright? I'm getting some hate online, okay, from Destiny's community. Alright, so if you're not putting your fucking statement out right now, it's gonna be a big fucking problem. Could you imagine? Could you imagine talking to anyone like this? Especially someone that you believe? Holy shit, dude. Wow. Okay.
It's you.
What a rat, dude. This person's career is gone. Reduced to atoms.
On that mistake. And I'm fucking tired because the things that have been pointed out to me is that you have your own platform. You know, people, you knew going in that people were going to figure it out. Maybe not this quickly.
What? Wait, this is a YouTuber who asked another YouTuber to make a fucking video? Oh, you're a fucking malicious piece of shit. If this is a person with a substantial platform that chose to do it anonymously through other YouTubers, that's very funny. That is a huge red flag, bro. Never in my life would I be a vessel for a YouTuber's allegations like that, right? If it's like a rape allegation, that's like so that is such a more serious allegation to deliver publicly. Okay. Like, this is not like a fucking people were mean to me type argument.
Maybe not by your own mistake, but they did. And you can be an adult and help me clean up this mess. Or you can be a coward. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not telling you what to do. But you've put people that are in the video in a very difficult...
Bro, you ran and made a bad video. If this girl is an actual victim, you're a huge piece of shit. If this girl's lying, you're a huge piece of shit. There's no salvaging this.
Dangerous position. And I don't think you really understand that. And so I'm at the point where
This sounds like Mama Max blaming you and Mudahar for the collapse of the Camden Gerard date. It does. It actually does.
Talked to this guy Beckett, and he...
Dude. Oh my god. Why is Beckett here? Why is... What? What?
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Just a robot just fucking DM me asking if I could go on his fucking podcast again. Should I do it? He was clearly watching tonight because he told me when the Bo Blacks one is coming out. I was silent because of the Beckett thing, and I went to go call Beckett, and I just saw Jar texted me during the call. Sleepy times with a Jar, dude. I can't. Maybe. Fuck it, maybe. Hold on. Who is this person? No, where is Beckett? Beckett. I haven't talked to Beckett since February. Is that true?
DeOrio, my friend.
We haven't talked since Wait, we haven't talked since January?
Yeah, it's been fucking ages, man. You've been super busy, so have I.
Oh, fuck. Okay, sorry. I was just like, did I delete messages?
No, it's just been ages.
Sorry. What the
Yeah, I was
fuck?
just in a call with Willie.
Wait, what the?
What's up?
Okay, what the fuck? All right, So, what the fuck is going on with this Kim Possible shit? How did you
Holy
and
shit.
Angry Slug get in this? What's going on?
Oh my God,
We're live. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. My video should be out in a couple of days.
Thank
if
you,
you want to
chat.
preview this video is completely fucking insane. This is the weirdest thing I've ever fucking covered, mate. I've literally had to interview voice actresses from My Little Pony.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Someone just said, "Shit, I had to stop listening last time I heard this call." What? You've never heard this? This is live. What are you talking about? Zaint, this is happening right now. This is good news. We can be bees. Okay? Fucking Christ. All right. So, how did you get involved? Like, wait, what is going on? So, you talked to the victim. Alleged victim.
Okay. So, what, in the Black Griffin stuff, basically?
I don't know who Black Griffin is yet.
Okay,
Hold on. Just to be clear, I'm hearing KP name drop you. That's the Kim Possible
Oh,
one.
fuck. Okay,
Kim Possible has name dropped you as someone who's spoken to the accuser of Saberspark.
I've never spoken to Emily.
But
I've never spoken to Emily.
Did you just leak her name? Is she out? Is she out and about? Do we know what she sounds like?
I mean, it's pretty confirmed. Like, it's been confirmed by multiple people.
Who is
She gave her
Emily?
own name out. Oh, fuck me. Like, Jesus. Sorry, I've spent 2 weeks dealing with this. So, okay. The person who is accusing Saberspark is somebody who is not a random person. They are a massive content creator on the internet.
Okay. So why would a massive content creator... Hold on 1 second. I gotta do the bit. My bad.
And you know what else is massive?
Okay. Why would a massive content creator go to I Love Kim Possible to tell her rape story with no evidence to support for it?
Because she was pushed towards KP by 2 other people, one of which is named Amy, the other is named Brony Fandone.
How large is this content creator? What is their sub count or whatever? Or
They're over 100,000 subs, but they've got a very long history. They're best known for a drama involving the fact they basically had an affair with Ryan Drummond, the voice actor for Sonic.
What?
My video is like over 2 hours long.
Is that why there's a weird thing about Shadow the Hedgehog in the first video?
I don't know, actually. Possibly.
Because we were very confused why a very lengthy Shadow the Hedgehog urination section was in that video.
Wait, which video are you talking about?
The I Love Kim Possible one. It was like this weird section about...
God only knows. Like, there is so much shit with this, man. It is mind-bending. It is actually mind-bending. This is a really long-running story that's been going on for years, basically. But it all ties back to one group's campaign against a particular circle of friends from the old Brony community.
So wait, have you seen any evidence of this Emily person? I guess Emily with an I. Have you seen any evidence of her claim here?
No, it's all... Okay, so I need to be careful what I say here, because I know the other side of this. I've interviewed Saberspark.
You're allowed to plead the fifth, by the way.
Yeah, like I basically I've spoken to Saberspark. I've heard the other side of this, but it's all off the record. So there's limited stuff for what I can say.
Well, because my takeaway for that when I was watching it is he has said nothing here. Everyone's saying these allegations are demonstrably false, and that very well could be the case. But this doesn't say if he met her, if he ever saw her, if he interacted with her, if he knows who she is. If he attended this convention, if he was seen with her, if there's pictures of them. It's just like, I called a PR firm, this is what they told me to say, so I'm going to say it in the video. Do you know on the record if these people ever met in person before?
Okay, so I think, I don't think this is particularly hard to dig up. So yes, Emily and Saberspark have known each other. She was part of that particular circle and group for quite a while. She also comes from the Brony fandom. She had a channel called Pegasus Sisters, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they know each other.
Okay, so you're in between this. You've spoken to both Emily. You've spoken to both her, and Saberspark.
Emily wouldn't speak to me.
Oh.
But I do have like basically everyone's records of this. I've got everyone's DMs.
How many leaked phone calls exist of this girl talking about it? You don't have to give any names, but I guess you've probably heard at least 4 of them, if I had to guess.
There are none.
Actually. There are nobody recorded this girl and passed it around.
No, not to. There might be one interview with her that happened like a week ago, but it happened for somebody else, as my understanding, and I don't have a copy of it, and I didn't ask for a copy of it.
So, this is probably a plead the fifth one. Do you know if they ever had sex?
It's plead the fifth one.
Do you know if they ever clopped?
That's a very plead the fifth one. Yeah, I mean, because my hesitation here is it's off the record, so I don't want to.
No, I understand. I don't want to make you say anything that you're not supposed to say.
And yet you try, Nick.
Well, I don't know, because you have to understand. I literally spent half of this talking to Darth Vader about Ethan Klein. So I'm not very knowledgeable. I've watched about 15 minutes of Kim Possible's video. I watched about half of the response, and I'm reading Reddit to fill in the blank. So I'm not pretending to be some fucking... I mean, all the questions I have are off the dome. Nothing is prepped. And I'm only asking you because I abruptly heard your name, and I didn't want to call Angry Slug.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So very simply with that, I said to KP... So I've had interviews with KP to get her side of how the fuck this mess happened. And I said, listen, we know who it is. Can you get them to talk to me? And she sent this fucking unhinged voicemail, which was not my intention.
Did you give her any advice, being someone who... All right, that was a low blow. I'm sorry. No, I don't think you... like. I'm sorry. Jesus. No... Do you think she's in a salvageable situation? Do you think that there's something that we've misconstrued here? Or do you think she... Like, I'm listening to her, like, fucking threatening this girl.
Okay, so twofold. I should be clear, actually. I was asked my opinion by KP on a lot of this stuff. I think the most advice I've given her is keep her head down. But when asked my opinion on whether she should make statements or apologize or whatever, my statement has been, I can't tell you what to do, and it's not really my place to. But
is there anything privately behind the scenes that makes her look better? That's just not... Like, does she have it? And you don't have to say what it is, but is it as bad as it looks?
It's pretty fucking bad.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking bad. Like, there are a couple of things. So, for example, she is the only person I found in this who did any due diligence. Not with this accusation, but there was another one from someone who was sent to her, and she at least asked questions, and that person ran when she did. But that's like the only time she did it. She assumes, this is her defense, she assumed that Brony Fandone had already vetted this person. And kind of the best defense I can give her is that's the same as basically anybody who's run.
So wait, you're saying that neither Brony Fandit, and neither of these people vetted Emmy's allegations. They only found out what the details were later. If they
Fandone's a fucking lunatic, as is Sophie Scruggs.
So at time of publication, 100% neither of these people knew anything other than what was publicly available on Twitter.
Well, okay, so here's a little spoiler for you. The reason that is public on Twitter is because they were told, if you want to run this, you need to get a police report. They were told this by Lyo Convoy. And
oh my god, dude, he's in this too?
Oh yes.
Did he do voice training with Saberspark? They both have like they're lion coded. They have lion coded energy.
So for fuck's sake. So the way they got around it was they said, well, if we release it on Twitter, then we don't need a police report because then it's public. So the reason it was released on Twitter is because KP and Brony Fandone literally planned to release on Twitter. They actually fucked this up. They released it early. On I think it's April the 1st. I'd have to check the DMs.
They dropped this on April fucking Fool's Day? No, May 1st was the Twitter thing, right?
Yeah, but they dropped it early and had to delete it.
Oh. They dropped it a month early, and it was immediately.
Yeah, I'd have to check the exact dates. Don't quote me in the
Is this account that made the post private, or is it has it been deleted? I can't see the tweet.
It's been privated after he streamed himself wandering to a bridge.
Is he alive?
Yes, he's currently in hospital care, is my understanding.
Oh. Okay. Well, hopefully he lives long enough to play bridge as an adult on his porch. I don't know.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so I mean, you asked me like whether it's salvageable. It's pretty bad. KP's basically lost all her remaining friends over this. And I mean, Saberspark mentions legal action in his response video. I don't know. Like, I'm still even like my video is basically done, but I'm still undecided on whether it's stupidity or malice.
Wait, if he sues Emmy, then that's an actual admission of who was. We might.
Oh, I think there are. Actually.
Wait, is he going to sue Kim Possible? Or is he going to sue?
I plead the fifth. I don't know. Is the answer actually?
Well, because I feel like if that's it. All right. So I don't want to say that's an indicator that he didn't do anything wrong, but that's definitely an indicator if he goes to sue Emmy that he doesn't think she has anything that could prove it. That's an extremely confident maneuver to sue somebody over this, because that would, like, discovery would prove that. That would be a public litigation of his allegations, and I can't imagine why someone would attempt something like that. That seems like a guilty party initiating legal proceedings like that seems like a dangerous maneuver. I don't know.
Well,
you can't really answer that, so I'm not really gonna.
Yeah, I can't really answer that. But yeah, like it's the whole thing.
But if
like,
nothing is out, what? Like,
insane.
so sell me. Why should I watch your video if there's nothing new dropping?
Because so there is I've got a breakdown of everything basically that happened and all the players involved. So because it's not just KP, this is probably the only other defense I could give her, and it's not a great one, is that she's not the only actor in this. There are multiple people involved, and it's very long running. And also, I mean, like, dude, some of it's legitimately fucking insane, and it all ties back to this Black Griffin drama, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, and some of the ways this was handled was just, yeah, in maddening.
Can you confirm for chat if you're Craig Beckett?
I am not Craig Beckett.
People were asking.
I know.
Yeah, I'll probably take a look at your video. I got to be honest with you, because this is extremely difficult to follow. And I think for my first 2-hour run, I think I've learned nothing. I think I've been here for 3 hours, and I legitimately don't know any. I've learned more in this conversation than I did from anything I've watched.
The problem is that this goes back so far, and it's all intermingled with really, really old grudges, some of which are incredibly fucking stupid.
Well, from the place I'm sitting, it's like, I was trying to explain this to people, that, like, if you're a victim, if you're a legitimate victim and you're trying to seek some kind of help, usually we say you should go to the police. You shouldn't go to YouTube. You should go to the police. Yeah. And that's because that's the best way that you can get help for your situation. But what I think the angle, we don't take this angle often, but here's a reason why you shouldn't go to YouTubers. All the smart ones won't touch your story with a 10-foot pole. All the vindictive, malicious ones will be the first ones to call you, get your side of the story, and organize a video's release. Because all the intelligent people realize that covering it after is infinitely less fucking scary and infinitely less controversial than just fucking waiting.
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem is
you're not getting you're not getting the best YouTuber when you're doing it that way.
No one sane would platform these allegations, because the problem is that I can never be 100% sure, and no one else can be either, whether these are true or false, because there's no fucking evidence for anything. And this is why you shouldn't fucking platform this shit, because they are life-ruining allegations that are incredible. There will always be people who will think this is true about Saberspark. And I think that that's one of the worst things you can do to somebody.
But if he's guilty, is that a bad thing?
Yeah, but from the perspective of the YouTuber, you don't know if they're guilty because you've got no fucking evidence.
No, I said this too. I said, like, this is like, I compared it to Kid Behind a Camera, saying, "Would you work with kid behind a camera again?" Well, I don't know if I don't know if his wife and him are telling the truth about how old they knew each other were. No idea.
Yeah.
And there's no way I could find out. Why would I work with somebody? Maybe in 5 years, this fucking person comes back and drops like receipts. And I knew that there was an allegation, and I continued this friendship without knowing. Yeah, like that. That's what I told Keem with kid behind the camera. Is like, I think he's a liability. Even if he's innocent, he's a liability now because of this. And it's sad, and it's not fair if the allegation is false, right? But that's, unfortunately, this isn't internet friendship, haha, fun time. This is like people's jobs. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you kind of have, there's a level of like care that you have to put into your own branding that might come off as selfish when it comes to stuff like this. And that's what false allegations do to people. They make it so it's hard to work with you if you've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, and a lot of this, so the video originally began going after a guy named Chris, who KP used to work with.
Everybody hates that guy, right?
Well, yeah, he's a bit weird, but like he made a joke like a decade and a half ago, and KP wanted to get him fired over it.
Really?
Like, yeah, that's all it was. It was a joke. He joked about this to some other people who didn't like KP.
Oh, and that's the wait, so that's the person who was apologizing. I heard that clip, and I'm like, wow, he did it. And they're like, no, that's Chris. I'm like, wait, what?
That's Chris.
Fuck. Okay, hold on, I'm confused. Who the fuck is Chris? That's what I was hearing. Yeah.
Well, it's like there's a full call of that. So KP includes like a 2-minute section, which is actually a condensed period from 7 minutes of that call, and he apologizes all the way through the call. This was a decade ago, or more, like
the joke or the call.
The joke. I mean, the call was in 2023.
So they knew this guy was an alleged rapist, and they waited years
no,
to bring
this
this.
is
They were compiling evidence on him for years, and then they found out. Oh, shit! That's awesome. He's a rapist. We can get him now.
Yeah. So with Saberspark, they've been going after Saberspark since the Black Griffin stuff, because Saber didn't immediately cut ties with Black Griffin and be like, "Oh, this guy's obviously a pedophile."
But does he support him now? Is that I was told that Black Griffin is still a supporter of. I'm not Black. Saberspark is a supporter of Black Griffin.
Yeah, they're friends.
Okay.
And the problem with the Black Griffin allegations is much like the ones against Saberspark, there's no evidence. So the claim is that he sent dick pics to a minor and he groomed his now wife. But she vehemently denies this.
Oh my god, it's literally fucking kid behind a camera?
Well, no, not really. Like, Claire... So, his wife, Claire, basically was a voice actor on My Little Pony. They knew each other a little bit from conventions.
Wait, hold on. The actual show?
Yes, the actual show, My Little Pony.
A Brony is fucking a voice actor from My Little Pony?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, but she got together with him when she was like 20. Which is weird. Very weird.
Did she, start hooking up with him at a fucking Brony convention?
No, like, she knew him from a Brony the convention scene, because he was also part of the show.
This is like the guy, you have to understand, this is the fucking creepy freak version of, like, marrying your OnlyFans whore. No offense, by the way.
Well, I
this
mean,
is like marrying Amaranth after sending her $1,000.
Well, again, he wasn't, so the reason he knows her is because he was managed by the mother of another voice actor on the show, a girl named Michelle. So they're like brother and sister.
Where does Sonic the Hedgehog play into this?
Well, Emmy's part of the Sonic community.
So all these people are having orgies with Brony actors or something, and then Sonic the Hedgehog came in and is like, he gave her the blue blur.
I think you're starting to see why my video is 2 hours long.
This is ridiculous.
This whole thing's completely fucking insane.
Wait, did he cheat on his wife? Is that what you said?
No. This is his actual wife. She's married to him now. He isn't cheating on.
So wait, who cheated?
Anyone. So, as far as I can tell, oh fuck, no, actually, plead the fifth. There's somebody else I know, but it's sort of.
So when Emmy was having sex with Sonic, did she say we've got to go fast?
Oh, so this one was this was Emmy. Emmy hooked up with Ryan Drummond, and this is all very public. She's admitted to this, and basically the Sonic fandom was like, "Oh, you've ruined Ryan's marriage. You're a fucking home wrecking whore," basically.
But did he say that we've got to go fast when they were having sex? Do you know this?
Apparently, he did the voice. She has said on Twitter he did the voice.
That's either the worst thing or the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, like
she had sex with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Every part of this is insane. Do you know, one of the people involved in this? Do you want an actual spoiler that's like just to give you a taste of how
you know
insane
we're
this
on
is?
stream, right?
Yeah, no, but fuck, man, dude, I'm dying. Okay, you're gonna have to wait for the video. 'Cause there is every single angle. Like, I look at this, I just go, oh, another completely fucking insane thing that is just mind-bending. The whole thing is mind-bending. It's unreal. I don't understand how this has been going on for 10 years and no one's like really covered it or talked about it, because it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Elon Musk is minorly involved at one point.
What? What do you mean that Elon Musk is involved? How is Elon Musk involved?
There is an Elon Musk involvement at one point about this.
Wait, pause. How long was Star Wars playing in the background of this interview? I didn't realize this. I didn't know. Why was Star Wars playing in the background? Was it a long time? Dude, I didn't realize the fucking PS5 volume was on the whole time. Are you fucking? Oh no. Oh god. Okay, well I could get that out in post. That's not a big deal. I'm shocked that it hasn't fucking gotten me. Like, it didn't give me a your stream will be right back claim. Not the full time. Okay, thank you.
God,
So,
professional streamer, Nicholas DeOrio. Jesus Christ, bro.
all right, the reason why my audio is all fucked up is because I've been getting AI Darth Vader to talk about Tipster and Bo Blacks.
What is wrong with you?
Dude, the AI tipster said, not AI tipster, AI Darth Vader, when I asked him if he knew there was a KFC in Yemen, they said, it is interesting that there is a KFC in a conflict zone. So Darth Vader is acutely aware that there's currently things going on in Yemen that are not as they seem. Or exactly as they seem, depending on your position. But yeah, so that's what's going on here. I don't know. So let me think. Is there anything else? I guess, how did you did you just like DM these people and they just were like, hey, yeah, let's talk about it? How did you get involved? To the point where she's like shouting your name at the victim.
So there's a couple of components to this. Obviously, I get accused of being too involved in things. Because I knew this was connected to the Black Griffin stuff, I actually avoided covering it originally.
Do you have a history with Black Griffin?
No. Just that I knew it was a mess and didn't want to talk about it because it's a headache.
Keemstar Orbitor, Nick
But
Oreo,
I watched
Mr.
Chud Logic
Oreo.
cover it, and I was like the Saberspark stuff. And I
Would
was
you
like,
say
this is
Chud
fucking
Logic was
insane.
an inspiration?
Chud Logic, I blame Chud Logic for my involvement in this directly.
So anything that you do wrong in this situation is Chud Logic is therefore now responsible.
Yeah, actively. Fuck it.
Would you say that? Would you say if you fuck this story up that you're a Chud Logic fan? Just to be clear.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? But basically, someone told me Lio was involved, and obviously I've got a line to Lio, so I reached out to him and was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he talked to me about it, and then he got me in touch with KP. Then there is another channel called Oplock who has basically done a load of research, and he helped me get in touch with Saberspark and other people.
Oplock.
Mm.
Are all of these people degenerate brony sex pests?
No, Oplock's commentary. He's sort of part
That was a
of,
trick
Diesel's
question. Are you
community.
confirming that all of the bronies are sex? I'm kidding. Okay.
You've laid a clever trap. Thank you, buddy. But
I like how we just use that as an assumption. It's like, yes, they clop.
Yeah,
they
sure.
clop. Yep. They do it. They get in fursuits and they do weird sex shit.
I mean, yeah, again, if that's your starting take, I think you'll enjoy certain parts of this video.
Wait, can you confirm or deny there is clopping involved?
I can confirm that there is clopping involved, yes.
How many times can you use your your thing to search how many times the word clopping is uttered? In the,
I don't think I ever say it in the video, but
Oh,
yes,
shit,
like
dude.
it is.
How am I
But,
gonna find it in
like-
the transcript, dude?
Um,
Rags is
well,
in chat right now. Rags, listen, Rags. All right, I'm seeing some
Nicholas,
defenses here. What's
the
going
goat.
on, buddy?
Thank you for the
Bronies are
$5,
just
my man.
specific furries. Oh, God. Hope you're doing well, Rags. I heard about the. Actually, I heard about it. I was reacting to the Hassan call out. That shit was, dude. How did you guys catch a stray in the Bad Empanada, Hassan Piker, Noah Sampson terrorist enabling charity stream?
Wait, really? That happened? What the fuck?
Yeah, you didn't know this? They did a charity
No,
stream,
I'm-
and then Hassan started fucking whining about Reactgate, and then he called out. He said that he apologized to Jay, and then started trashing EFAP again, saying they're a bunch of fucking slop commentary YouTubers.
Oh,
I don't understand
That's
he is
fucking bizarre.
legitimately harmed by EFAP. It's so fucking crazy.
Oh, dude, that's I can't believe we've hit that point. I don't understand. I heard Noah Sampson was doing this fucking charity stream shit. I don't know. Apparently Westside Tyler called into it. Is that chat? Fuck.
He's had, I think, Gokinaru on. I don't know if Westside. I gotta be honest, I really don't know a shitload about Westside Tyler. So if he was on, I probably wouldn't even have. I only was notified when the Houthi terrorists came back on.
Oh, the Houthi. Oh, dude, I might have to fucking watch that.
Yeah, he
That's,
was speaking in I was gonna say in tongue, but I don't know if that's offensive. He was talking in a different language, and I didn't understand him. What is in tongue? It's like a Star Wars thing, right?
Do you mean in tongues like speaking like a demon? I don't know.
Oh, is that what that means? Okay, no, he was not.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not the right terminology. I've rescinded. I thought that was like Yiddish or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. No, I apologize. I take that back. Okay. It's a fucking shit show. This is a great segment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. Yeah, as I say, everything I've said is basically stuff that's on the record. I don't think this is the end of it. I'd be very surprised if it is.
Do you know if this Emmy person is ever gonna just actually be like, "Hey, hi," now that everyone knows it's me? Yeah.
I plead the fifth.
Okay, all right. So that means it. I mean, the thing is, people said that they were supposed to come out, and they were supposed to come out, and they were supposed to come out. Do you know why any of these other mediators specifically were chosen, or was this shopped around? Do you know?
This was shopped around.
So these were the only people who were willing to bite?
I just saw
So
Keppel's tweet
as things
on
turned,
Nicholas
I mean,
DeOrio.
KP is
Keppel's appreciated
fucked.
the shout out.
Brony Fandom had a massive crash out. And was fucked. A lot of the people. So because of the, shall we say, professional standing of some of the other people involved, they've run for the fucking hills, I imagine, because they're quite worried, actually. And these are not like private figures; these are public figures.
Are we getting like a Channel Awesome type implosion here if all these names start getting rattled off?
Potentially.
I have no idea what happened to Channel Awesome, by the way. That's just a reference that I was making. I don't actually know what happened there. That's like the guy from Smiling Friends, right?
That was Newgrounds, wasn't it? Channel Awesome was Doug Walker, basically. That
Isn't Doug
imploded.
Walker the guy from Smiling Friends?
Oh fuck yeah, he did a cameo.
Yeah, it's like, hi, I'm the Vampire
Yeah.
Man or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Doug Walker.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Yes.
I was thinking the Internet Anarchist, but that's definitely not the correct one. Not the video game attorney. The angry video game nerd. Was that what he was?
Yeah, AVGN.
Okay, yes, AVGN. There we go. Got it. Doug Walker
Yeah.
had a cameo. Yeah, that's who I was referring to, chat.
Yeah. So I mean, it
is not the Internet Anarchist who enjoys his time in Thailand. That's all.
He just likes living there. It's pretty, Nick. I don't know. Sorry. He just ended up in a bar.
Dude,
I don't know what you mean.
who was the other YouTuber that guy was going to expose? He was like, I've got another YouTuber lined up to expose Nex as a pedophile. Subscribe, like, and share. That was like crazy.
I can't remember. I mean, he just like fucking ran for the hills. I mean,
I didn't even cover that because it was such a weird allegation. I didn't even fucking take a look at it.
Well, it does seem to me that, like, I don't know whether it's the effects of last year of everyone's careers getting destroyed, but like a lot of people are now really looking for that next, oh, we can expose this person, it's going to be really big. And I do think that there are, elements of that for a creator, because a lot of people seem to think that they're protected by going, well, somebody told me this, I'm just reporting it. I'm like, I don't know if you are, bro. I don't know if that's safe.
If it's coupled with like reasonable coverage, then yeah, sure, you're probably good. If you're making like a fucking YouTube video that's researched and you just drop allegations in willy-nilly along other stuff that's supposedly taken as fact, right? Yeah, it's a different context. Again, I think it's easier to be a live streamer than a video essayist, because intentionally or unintentionally, you're scrutinized significantly less as a live streamer, because for the most part, you're hearing all this stuff for the first time and giving an honest opinion, whereas you're viewed as more malicious inherently if you have chosen to put this into an edited video, because you must clearly know more.
Yeah, I mean,
even if
all the way
you
through,
have the same info.
I just like, I don't know the truth. I don't know the truth. I've got no way to know the truth because there's no evidence for anything. It's all hearsay. And that's really frustrating. That's really frustrating. I mean, yeah, I don't know what you're meant to do other than not run this. Like when Lio Convoy's saying to you, you probably shouldn't run this. That's probably a hint. Really?
Yeah.
That this is a dramatically bad
So
idea.
this just kind of sounds like Mama Max, where it's like a bunch of YouTubers were reached out to and the worst possible people, I guess, were involved.
Yeah, there's a lot of one thing I've been told by somebody who's sort of like semi-involved is like, well, if somebody says something, they have a right to speak out and like give their view on what's happened to them. And I'm like, yeah, of course they do. People have the right to speak on their own experiences. I don't know why.
All right,
you as a
hot fucking
YouTuber
take
who's
here.
smaller.
First of all, one thing I have to just say. Someone just said, where was it? Does the allegation sound legit or is there score and lover? The allegation is completely unsubstantiated, and so is the rebuttal. It sounds like nothing, and the response sounds like nothing. It's equally nothing. We don't know anything right now. So fucking, can you just repeat the last thing you said one more time? I apologize. I have like an actual thing to say.
People have the right to speak out. But I don't know why.
Here's the deal. You do not have the right to speak about your story. I'm gonna go fucking nuclear on this talking point, but you do have the right to say it. 100%. Inalienable right. You're a fucking American citizen. You've got freedom of speech. You can go on Twitter and you can say whatever the fuck you want. That being said, you have the freedom. When people say you have the freedom to tell your story, you have the freedom to tell your friends and family. You have the freedom to write it in your diary, but you don't have the freedom to write your story on Twitter uncontested. That's what they seem to think this is. If you're going to trauma dump everything on social media, you've opened this up to an audience. You've opened this up to people who'll scrutinize it. You've opened this up to people who are going to go look into your history and try to figure out what happened and figure out who Jane Doe is. And I think people need to understand that. When you tell people specifically, you have a right to tell your story as a justified defense for somebody who probably wasn't prepared for this level of scrutiny. It kind of just encourages people to make this mistake over and over again. You have the right to say something. You don't have the right to dictate public's response to it.
No, I think I agree with you there. And I think the public response to it was fairly clearly known by the fact that this person went to smaller content creators to level these allegations anonymously. And I think the fact that no one questioned this is insane to me.
Well, I think the advice in and of itself is old world advice. Yeah, like that's great advice for somebody 15 years ago, but in the age of social media, advising people, well, you have the right to talk about it. If you're a legitimate victim of a rapist and you can't prove it, but you can go on social media and talk about it. The internet is going to remember you as someone who was falsely accused. So not only were you raped, you were someone who falsely accused your rapist because you couldn't substantiate the evidence. Why would you ask for someone to go through something like that? Why would you encourage someone to talk about something like that? I think that's a real issue right now because our way of thinking doesn't consider how the modern internet works and navigates this stuff in a post-Me Too era.
Sure. Well, let me be clear on this take then. The reason this happened is very simple. It's because people like Brony Fandone, KP, and many others involved in this had an axe to grind.
Mm-hmm.
And when these allegations came to them, the first thing they did was they said, "Oh, good, now we can go at Saber." And they didn't question it because it confirmed their biases and their malice.
Yeah, I think his video is very good in explaining that part because that was my only takeaway. And I was waiting for him to say, well, this is what happened at the convention, and it never came. But yeah, it is pretty, I think it's pretty undeniable that is what happened. Now, obviously, you can't speak on your conversation with Kim Possible, but I mean, that's why I was asking, like, is there any way she could salvage this? Is there anything she's been misconstrued
with KP?
for?
They're all on the record because I was like, this is so with KP. Essentially, when we got cool, and I've been open with her on this, like her calls are in the video. Not all of them, and not fully because the video would be insanely long. It's already over 2 hours. But yes, I don't know how you come back from this. You leveled unsubstantiated rape.
Yeah, this is some of the. It's not even that you did it maliciously. It was malicious. Maybe you didn't know they were false, if they are false, but you knew they were unsubstantiated. Or at the very least, you didn't do the due diligence. You were so happy to get a scalp, you didn't even look into the details. That should be career ending. 100%.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree with you. Really. Again, I think one of the things I want to highlight is that she's not the only person involved. The other people involved are trying very hard. No, but she made
herself the most important person involved because she went forward. Why drop that video in that state?
Yeah, sure.
You've decided. You've put the spotlight on yourself. You've rushed out your video, and in the state that
she
it's
didn't rush out the video. The video's been in production since November at the very least, possibly longer, possibly over a year.
So was she doing this with knowledge that the victim would come out, I guess, and she just didn't, and that's why she's freaking out? Or did she think the video would suffice? And because I saw, like, we didn't expect him to respond like that. Why? Nobody thought it was possible that he'd issue a statement saying, I didn't rape anyone?
No, because these people are fucking idiots.
They hadn't even considered the fact that, like, he might
they thought they'd come out with it. And that would end him. He'd be fucked because that's broadly speaking what's happened with the Black Griffin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They've come out with it. They've been able to push it, and anybody who kind of goes, "Hey, you don't actually have evidence for these claims. You've got a load of circumstantial stuff, and like Black Griffin is weird. I said this through the video. Black Griffin is fucking weird, but like you don't have evidence that this dude is a groomer and a pedophile. You just don't have that." But they've deflected that by
Did they
going,
maybe have a witness, somebody who'd seen them together that could testify to this? Anything?
What, to the Saberspark stuff?
To the Saberspark stuff, yeah.
Like,
are all really these other background players engaging with this? Is there other people in her ear?
So sort of. It's very difficult to tell because the only people who are really talking about this on her side are going to be people who are her friends and also hate this group. And on the other side, there was a tweet from Casey, who is the wife of Saberspark's editor, basically calling out Emmy. And that's biased as well, to be clear, because she's got like her own. She's on the inside. Now, to be clear, actually, like Casey, the reason she tweeted at all, has known KP for years and years. They've all these people have known each other for like a decade.
Okay.
So it's very difficult to go, oh yeah, well, this person supports the allegation. It's like, well, how trustworthy is this person?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Everyone's got a fucking bias, and everyone's got very heavy biases, and everyone's sort of like trying to kind of murder each other.
It's almost like I said, chat, earlier. Nobody actually cares about any of these people. It's a means to an end. You are a tool in their fucking artillery. You are a fucking you're a B-23 bomber, okay? In the Americans' donation to Israel, okay? That's what you are.
So I said this on Twitter. And this is sort of like my. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek take, but the more I've looked at it, the more I think. Do you know what FolCon is?
No. Is that a convention for anime things, maybe?
No, FolCon's like Lolicon, but underage pictures of ponies.
It's a what?
FolCon is like Lolicon, but of underage pictures of ponies.
Just to be clear,
Vosh would love it.
What is the pony age of consent? Just to be clear.
I don't know, and I feel like any answer, even a joking one, would incriminate me.
How old do ponies live?
I don't know.
Beckett, Beckett, this is good news. We can live for 30 years. Okay, no, this is ridiculous. What do you mean lolicon of fucking ponies?
Lolicon of the underage characters, like the kid characters from My Little Pony, okay? And the wife of Black Griffin played one of the characters who was the little sister of one of the main characters on the show. And I think it is very interesting that Brony Fandone, who is into FolCon and has defended it regularly on Twitter, like he likes this pornography, started going after this woman's now husband when they started dating publicly.
Wow, a sexual deviant in the Brony community.
I
can't. Okay, this is all right. That's great.
This story has broken me.
So now there's Lolicon, Shotacon, and FolCon.
FolCon, yeah, and there's also like cub porn.
FolCon punch. I'm sorry. That was the only thing I was thinking the whole time.
This is why we haven't spoken since January, isn't it? Yeah, I mean the whole thing's a fucking horror show, mate.
It took Smash Bros to another level. Oh no! Oh god!
It's
all of this, dude. I never thought I'd say this. Can we talk more about the Gaza Strip? I thought I missed this. I actually don't. Can we talk more about Hamas? Do you know anything about Hezbollah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm largely out of the loop with the Hassan stuff. Can we talk about Cameron actually? Like
Gerard Davis.
Yeah, the fucking content cop kid who's apparently also got shit against him.
Here's the reality of the Cameron situation. He got kid behind a camera. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but that VOD is not seeing the light of day until I know for a matter of fact.
Shortest YouTube career in history. Holy fuck.
He DM'd me. I haven't responded, so I am not getting involved further than now. Yeah, I don't know. That's not a, yeah.
Oh, fuck,
dude,
man.
I don't know. It's just not worth platforming anyone anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's really difficult. And I get it with the fact that Lyrics is, I mean, like, what's the current like under-over on when Lyrics gives up and comes back to commentary once he's been eaten by Reddit?
I don't know, man. He's making a lot of money.
Is
His
he
channel's
doing all right?
grown. Have you seen his
That's
channel?
good. No,
they're
no,
complaining
I
that
haven't.
he's not streaming. Most of them don't even seem to care. It's his fucking total ego death that was stopping him from doing it. Let me see. What does Liam Donovan have?
What is he based actually? Good for
Liam
him.
Donovan is about to hit 100,000 subs. Something he never would have done
Jesus.
over here.
True. True.
His video 5 days ago, 95,000 views. 2 weeks ago, 353,000 views.
Jesus.
His streams are probably pulling in shitloads of money if I had to guess. Now, these aren't long videos, so they're probably not paying crazy. But he's found... I mean, this is what I said in general to my audience, and I don't know how much they agree or disagree with my position.
Nicholas,
hold on 1 second.
the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
I kind of turned around and said, like, I don't really care if Lyrix turns around and tipsters us and is like, fuck you guys. You guys are super edgy, blah, 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 blah. Because the fans he's throwing away didn't watch his fucking streams. Like, all of these people are like, you've forsaken where you've come from and you've treated all these people like shit. And my big takeaway was like, yeah, this is kind of cringe and kind of annoying, but I mean, you guys didn't support his streams. He plateaued super hard. He was never going to be like a successful streamer. He quit every time other people went live. And like, people just did not support him, and now they're mad that he went and threw them away. So it's kind of a transactional relationship in that regard. If you wanted Lyrix to continue making drama streams, you should have probably watched them. And it didn't seem like many people were willing to do that.
Yeah, I think, and again, like, if he's happy making this content and he's doing well, I see no reason to shit on him for it. I think it's always interesting when people transition through one community to the other. Because, I mean, this is what eats so many creators. Like, you made this content 10 years ago and said this racist thing. And it's like, well, fuck off, who cares?
But what is your main takeaway if you hate him, right? If you're someone who's like, oh, fuck him, fuck this is so fraudulent. So he's a fraud. He reviews music now. Who cares? If I reviewed scented candles and I stopped saying fucking retard, and I say that all people who ever said retard are bad people, outside of posting a Reddit post of like the highlights of the 500 times I've said it in the last 2 weeks, right? Does it matter? I review scented candles in this hypothetical. Who fucking cares if I'm credible?
Yeah, true. And like, I mean, it sounds like he's been annoyed for a while at commentary. And I mean, I think when you tweeted out, it's like, well, the commentary community as it was kind of like dropped off. And I think it's probably true. I mean, everyone's off doing their own things at the moment. You're covering Hassan, Destiny, Ethan.
Yep.
I'm covering Degenerates. And, you know, everyone's sort of like a little bit in between. And then it's like local live shit.
Oh,
So-
hold on. Before anyone says anything, that is not me attacking like Chud logic. I know why Chud is covering that story. It's funny and interesting, and I have no problem with people platforming and discussing it. My question is with the fans or whatever, the guys who didn't watch his streams, why they suddenly care what Lyrix is doing now. And there's also plenty of other reasons to not like Lyrix that are unrelated to this one specific thing. But like, I just found this argumentation for like a general audience member who's not just laughing hysterically at a shit show unfolding, why they were so mad about it. Because I actually spoke with Aiden about this privately. I was asking him questions about what he thought, because I thought I was crazy. My takeaway was that like, I don't care if he's a fraud, and it's kind of funny to make fun of him, and that doesn't seem to be a popular one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable, all things considered. I think that's probably the nicest take Lyrix is going to get, though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What about Cheeto?
yeah, I mean,
I didn't see the Cheeto debate. I don't know what happened there. Apparently, Cheeto
Did Aiden-
said that he was like gang stalked by Aiden. Is that what happened?
oh, I heard this. I mean,
Was it on Queeman?
I think so, or like Just Talk or something. Like,
If it was on Queeman, I'll probably end up seeing it. If it was on Just Stuck, it's lost to time.
it's like I don't understand like how Aiden gets under a Cheeto skin so much. Actually, dude, I don't know much about him, but he seems very upset.
I'll tell you right now,
about-
that's a good quality to have. If you get under people's skin, you can be successful here.
Yeah.
If everyone disregards you and doesn't take you seriously in any capacity, you're going to have a lot of trouble. But if you can piss people off the way that Aiden pisses off a Cheeto, at some point, I could see Aiden kind of turning this into something.
Yeah.
Because that's always a quality that I've had. For some reason, I think I get an edge as a fat guy, but people are just absolutely flabbergasted when I argue with them, to the point where they always seem to respond to me. That's the only reason I've been able to do this for so long, is I keep eliciting reactions from random people. And then they, for some reason, pick a fight with me thinking I'm just some retard. That's what Aiden needs to keep doing.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think I've heard you said before that like people recognize you from Twitter, or did recognize you from Twitter more than from your like YouTube stuff, right?
Well, I think that was more so, not really now. It was more so in the 2 years I took a hiatus because I wasn't posting content, and people were like, "Oh, Nick, you're the Twitter guy." When I got back, because I managed to like maintain the level, like the lower level of relevancy that I had at the time just by tweeting. So when I came back, people knew who I was. It's kind of like Augie took a year off, and then some people were like, "I've heard of you from the Nick DeOrio live stream," because he came back to. His return stream had more viewers than his peak, because commentary grew in the year that he was gone. So when he got back, they were just new voices to listen to what he has to say. I'm interested to see what because we've commentary has grown again. And I'd be interested to see what he streams to because he's doing a subathon tomorrow. I'm very interested to see some of the subathon numbers he puts out because I think it's going to be bigger than he's expecting.
Yeah, I think I think people are definitely interested. I mean, you've got to look at Internet Versus. I mean, their numbers are
well. Internet Versus filled a niche. It filled a niche that people wanted.
Yep.
It's being set. It's got like a guy whose voice is in complete shit. That sounds like he's molesting you while he's talking. Right?
He looks like Jeffrey Dahmer.
He looks like Jeffrey Dahmer, so you've got something to talk about. Bitches love Jeffrey Dahmer. Women like ovulated the thought of Jeffrey Dahmer, so that's going for him. Yeah, he's got that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, is it Technicals or Tectone? Who's fighting with everyone at the moment? What the fuck is that about?
I have to watch this at some point because I filmed half a segment and got cut off by Noah Sampson. But he debated Chud Logic. I haven't seen it yet. Apparently it's interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that sounds pretty good. So it's like it's nice to see like a pickup because it has been a lot of Ethan Hassan Destiny, and I don't know where that's at the moment, other than fucking trying to raise money for Creator Clash or some shit. Is Creator Clash even happening? I literally.
There's a rumor now that Creator Clash might actually be postponed, but the source is Ethan Klein, and I don't know where he got it from because I haven't heard anything behind the scenes. But the Tectone one was really funny because you ever hear like the Family Guy skit with like My Black Son?
I think so.
Tectone's like content for the last couple of months is like my rapist dad, and he just keeps putting him on the screen. Alleged, obviously, of course. He's gonna get mad if I don't say allegedly. Like, yeah, I mean that's kind of like he just keeps throwing him on the screen, and then people found out that he had this history, and he's like, "Yo, people are looking up my fucking dad right now to harass me," and Hassan's like, "Dude, looking up. Your dad was covered by Congress on C-SPAN. A congressman discussed the crimes that your dad was fucking convicted over." He was convicted over, like, I think it was like 19 counts, like 14 counts related to pornography on the computer. So I don't think that's a direct admission that he raped people, but he was accused of assault by several fucking people he was working with and convicted on the porn stuff. So, not alleged, he was convicted. That is contested on what specifically he was convicted of. And I'm open to being proven wrong about that. I'm not trying to fucking sweep for his dad. But it was told to me, and I was promptly corrected, that the convictions were related to the pornography. I thought he was fully convicted. Yeah, I don't know that for a matter of fact, so don't quote me and say he's fully convicted as a rapist, because I don't know for 100%.
I feel like I've only been working on this video for like a week and a half, and I've missed like everything.
Wait, why are people obsessed with his dad? Pause. Because he keeps using his dad for content. His dad was on his streams. His dad was fucking... There's clips of his dad fucking saying Hassan's name or whatever, like 8 months ago, because chat was egging him on to do it. He's got, like, his dad's all over his social media accounts on his fucking Twitter or whatever. His dad is not some fucking unknown private figure, okay?
So he brought his dad, made content with him, and now he's like, well, people are looking into my dad.
Yeah, and then people looked into his dad because his dad's nickname or something was it was very easy to find. He was on the news.
What a fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Yeah. Iron Mike. By the way, his dad's nickname is Iron Mike in the military. Do you know why that's significant? Well, maybe not significant. Maybe that's not the right terminology. Do you know why that's hilarious that his dad's name is Iron Mike?
Why?
Because that's Mike Tyson's nickname.
Oh, fuck.
Who was a convicted rapist. which apparently is disputed. But like, my point is, he's technically a convicted rapist who also has the nickname Iron Mike. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of a crazy coincidence. What are the odds that two convicted Iron Mikes are both innocent?
Oh, actually, I did have one last question for you, because I missed this entirely. Mama Max coming out against Mutahar. How bad was that? Because I heard that it was like Mutahar had basically been shit talking Tommy in DMs to Max.
So Mutahar is a slithering little animal, like a snake. Okay, Mama Max's first video brought up some. I would say it's the stronger of the two videos where he tries to dispel the Night Doc situation. That's his main. His big response to me is to only talk about my second video, essentially, and not mention the one that actually contributed to damaging his career. And the second one basically is saying that, like, well, this Night Docs thing isn't completely false, but the other guys are extremely shit. And he makes the allegation that Nexpo was the one who created the allegations, not him. Now, it's completely impossible to prove. Nexpo did some weird, shady deletion of all of his messages with Max prior and claims he has no archives. And he didn't do it with React.dev. He did it manually, one by one. Which is extremely fucking stupid. And even if he's done nothing wrong, raises every red flag possible. But that was his big thing there. In his second video, and Mutahar obviously got hit along the way. He knew about Tommy being one of Max's critics and lied to Tommy's face about it, which isn't surprising given what Mutahar actually is nowadays, what we now know about Mutahar. It would have probably shocked me a lot more prior to the Nux thing, but unfortunately, I was kind of ruined with the fuck Mutahar train by knowing he's a huge piece of shit now. His second video is more like Mutahar said in one video one thing, and then 2 months later he was jovially joking about the story. He constantly like fucks timelines on purpose and pulls up clips that are after the original clip, after like significant like stuff had occurred, right? In the parts where he talks about me, my response was to just release all the rest of the messages because he wildly takes me out of context multiple times in an extremely stupid way, considering he hadn't even tried to remove his messages. And I didn't have them, and I didn't save them. So if he did delete them, it would have been really difficult for me to argue because I didn't just record every message I had with Max, but he left them for me so I could just kind of tell everybody the context. And I think a lot of people's takeaway there is like, hey, Nick DeOrio's most viewed video on his entire channel is pretty inappropriate at times, and some fucked up jokes were said on that live stream. But Mama Max is a fraud pedophile hunter still, and he probably shouldn't come back and do what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's I mean, it's a bit of a Hail Mary to go after your kind of detractors the way he has. I mean, I can't remember whether you ever released the full call with him.
Yeah, it's out. That was what our big stream was. We all reacted to it in a party stream at the end.
Oh, fucking hell. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a very bold move from Max, but
actually that's not true. We didn't release the full call. We cut out about 15 minutes that was related to the privacy of the victims, just to be clear. Even in the funny, hilarious haha stream, we actually didn't intend to leak anyone's identity or their story in particular, stuff that was told to us off the record. I didn't even remember that until you just said it. But even when we were maliciously, quote unquote, leaking the phone call, we still took fucking measures to only publish stuff about Spencer. So that's funny.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, I get the anonymity argument. I mean, I think that's the case with a lot of the like Saberspark stuff, and Black Griffin. A lot of people are like, well, everyone needs to remain anonymous. I think there are limits to this, though, and I think when there is so much, I think, kind of when people are, I don't know, what's a good way to put it? Because I mean, you've reminded me now. Because with Emmy, I know that there are going to be people like, well, you're naming this person. Well, this person, firstly, gave their name out pretty quickly to quite a few content creators, actually. And secondly, that, like, it's kind of obvious who it is if you know,
Look, I
the
hate to
context
say
of the
this because I
history.
don't think you should out this person without their. I don't think you should, like anyone should out this person without their consent. I do think it's kind of substantial if this is a large YouTuber asking another YouTuber to publish it on their behalf, but more so for like. I think that's something we need to, I guess, understand. I need clarification as to why she would want to do that.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
That's
I
the
think
biggest
there are
hit to
other
her
people in
story
this
right
who
now.
are
Is why I need to be anonymous. Can you publish my allegation? Because it sounds like, and I don't know if I'm wrong to say this or it's unfortunate that this is the thing I'm drawing from it. It sounds like she was involved in the fuck this guy train, and she needs to disassociate herself from that because it seems like the video is extraordinarily malicious, and she had gone forward and given this information to come out with, and both parties knew this while Emmy was staying anonymous. So it sounds like she wanted to do her damage and stay out of the fire zone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's broadly speaking my read. I mean some of the arguments are crazy. It's literally like, well, if I came out and even if I put my voice in the video, Saberspark would know it was me. She says this in DMs, and like the response from people is like, well, if this is true, Saber will know who you are, right? What? That makes no fucking sense. And this is like part of the problem with it. It's also, I think, because this is an interconnected web of people, I do think that's relevant. There are other like quote unquote victims or people making allegations who have made allegations who are just random internet people. And I do think it's fair for their identities, especially if those accusations are true, to remain anonymous. I think that's completely reasonable. And again, Fandont's name is out there. He's not named in the video because it doesn't.
Wait,
Fandom?
Fandom?
Fandont.
Oh,
Brony Fandom. Yeah,
bro, I thought Phantom Tax was in this thing.
No, unfortunately not.
Hold on, pause. I don't want to interrupt, but like, did someone just say there's a new G Unit album? Are you fucking with me? Is there a new 2025 G Unit album? Keep going. Sorry, I just needed to know. I needed to ask that in case there's a chance that this is real.
Yeah, I just think when you like understanding who this person is important, and this person has stuff about them that's like, I don't know, misleading as well. Like they have their own thread on the website everyone pretends doesn't exist. You know.
Wait, is it Kiwi Farms?
It is Kiwi Farms.
Okay, because now I don't know which website. There's new websites now. I don't know.
Oh god, yeah, no, I know. Yeah, fucking.
I was watching. Dude, I'm sorry. I don't know what anything is anymore. I was watching this and they're talking about the Orange Man, and I thought that was a fucking Brony, and it turned out they blurred Trump's face. Why was Bill Clinton and how was Bill Clinton? Not Bill Clinton. How was George Washington? No, George Bush. How is George Bush implicated? In this?
So that's basically the reason. Oh god, that section of the video is so fucking hard to follow. Basically, the reason KP thinks that Chris should be fired for making a joke is because it's misogynistic to make jokes, sexual jokes about women. Even if you did it 10 years ago, he should be fired.
Why?
Because she's crazy and malicious. She's been angry about this for years. Like, years and years and years. Like, a lot of this... So, if there's, like, a TLDR for this entire drama, it is people like Saberspark and, like, all these other people in that group of friends have been very successful off the back of the Brony fandom. The people who are going after them are the people who were not successful, and they feel that's unfair. That's the TLDR of the drama.
Oh, shit. All right. I gotta probably wrap this up because it's fucking 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I'll bounce. Thanks, man.
And you're a Europe man, so you don't even know the struggle, okay? I appreciate the convo, though. This did help me a lot more than the videos did, so I assume your video will tell me more that I need to know.
Yeah. I mean, I provide a breakdown of, like, a little bit of a breakdown of the Brony community itself, and I think I'm pretty
It sounds
clear
like
on
the Brony community is breaking down enough as it is. Get it?
Yeah, I think it's fucked. I think it's fucked. Right, okay, cool. Peace, buddy. Bye.
All right, have a good one, buddy. All right. We're going to wrap it up. That's the Saberspark thing. I'm probably just going to make the fucking segment Beckett. And then after that, I will go ahead and just tack on the rest of that monstrosity of a segment afterwards. And I have to remove the fucking Star Wars music. Oh, God. Oh, Billy Mitchell liked my tweet. Does that mean I'm getting the invite? I responded to Billy Mitchell's arcade rent out thing, and he liked the tweet. So I'm expecting a fucking invite to this event. Smaggle is going to freak out watching this. I feel like he's going to be mad at me, though. This was probably not what he wanted. Can this guy be a part of the drama stream at the end of the year? Oh, that's funny that you think there's going to be another one of those. No, I'm kidding. There might be. I don't know. I have no idea if there's going to be any more fucking huge collab streams. Our New Year's stream was like 9/11 for not even 9/11. It was like I don't what is a good thing? I only have bad examples. What's a good thing? That was like the shot heard round the world for retarded people. We're still feeling like the recoil of the New Year's stream fun jokey segment. It is kind of hard to collaborate with people these days. I don't really know why, but like, for example, and I'm not gonna, like, it's not like I'm gonna just shy away from collaboration, but when I went on Augie's stream, we had a casual fun argument about like random, I forgot what the topic was. We just had a disagreement. We were just having a back and forth like we would on any other After Hours episode 2 years ago. And people were like, holy shit, back to form. It's like a fun conversation on After Hours. And it was like litigated, like a legitimate debate or whatever, the next couple of days by everybody. It was like a super serious thing, I guess. I don't know. It's extremely odd. Yeah, I don't know. It's I do I have to be worried about like clip farming in a collab stream now, I guess, is not really super fun, I guess, to do. You know, because if we have to cuck the whole conversation because of how it could be clipped and perceived, then it's just probably just not worth it. So we'll see. Check out Shelbo. Well, let's do that next time. You're in drama, bro. Of course people will litigate and clip farm, but the reality was that I wasn't in drama. People have used like the clips from the New Year's stream to like drag me into drama. So that was a bit of a shame. I don't know, it's unfortunate, but I'm sure we'll do it again. I'm sure we'll get something together. I do want to do more content with Chud, despite the fact that his whole Discord hates me. Right? I say whole Discord, like 23 people in Spicy Chat who watch all the like orbiting streams really don't like me or whatever, and try to bait Chud into fighting with me all the time. But we'll probably figure something out at some point. It's got to be like, I want to do another big stream, but it's got to be like a thing. Like the election stream was fun, the New Year's stream was fun, but I mean, we can't just do it every, like, there's got to be like a thing. I don't know. Can we get one more good news? We can be bees. Why do all these people, why do they hate you? I have no idea. Maybe it's because of the comment that I made about, because they heard the thing with President Sunday. If there are people from Chud's audience who really don't like me because of the President Sunday call where I was talking about like, fuck it. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I sound like a total douchebag in that. When I was talking about the, like helping Chud out or whatever, I think it was more pointed than that too. The reality of that situation, I've already explained this on stream several times, was that like Chud said, hey, I'm fighting with Destiny. Would you and Augie or whatever be down to collaborate more or whatever? So I was trying to like push people to Chud for a little while to help him as best I could, because he was in a pretty shitty situation. At the time, I thought it was about like DKs, editings, fucking bullshit argument with Destiny about Lauren Southern. And I found out much later that it was significantly more principled than that. Even that, I thought it was just like he's gonna stand by his editor who's pissed off Destiny. So that's like cool, and I like Chud's content. I watch a shitload of Chud, so let's try to like assimilate as best we can and help him out if we can. That'd be cool. And I said that in a much not meaner, but I said that in a much more aggressive way to President Sunday when I was trying to articulate an argument that I didn't know was being recorded. So if they're mad at me for that, that's totally fine. And obviously that random bullshit Lauren Southern thing turned out to be completely accurate. And it turned out that Melina had reached out to Chud, and it was much more intricate than even I knew at the time. And he was much more justified in his pushing away from Destiny's community for that, I guess. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's just contrarianism, or maybe they don't agree with my position on something in a rational way. I don't really care. The reality of the situation is you can't ask, like, why does random person on the internet hate you? Because reasonably, they're probably 1/5,000,000th of the amount of people who don't like me online. So it's just unfortunate that it's kind of between me and Chud, and they're trying to like orchestrate drama between us, or like force him to like fight with me as best they can. I said this to Chud. I do think that like a percentage of his audience wants him to be like an island. I think that they want Chud to be alone on the internet, and they go out of their way to fight with people who collaborate with him, but I don't plan on not interacting with him further because of a vocal minority of his chat that doesn't like me. But he probably did have problems in like the lefty Twitch space. I can imagine, like, because you hear stuff with that, I can imagine those people were pretty quick to drop him. So DSP Island, he sees that too. Yeah, I think that they want him to be an island, and I like Chud and I like his content. And yeah, I'm hoping we do more collabs in the future. Maybe a gaming stream. I don't know. Anywho, that was my 2:30 in the morning, probably TMI segment. Probably said too much segment. Look at the URR bees in the fan art zone. We've got bees now. I got stung by a bee yesterday, or it was a fly. Was something on my car while I was washing it. It flew at me and bit my fucking arm. It's itchy as all hell. I haven't been stung by a bee in a while, so I don't really know what it feels like, but it sucks. What is this?
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Jesus. Good one, newbie.